Hello! We're live! You're watching the magic happen. So, perhaps quite literally, depending on how this goes. But welcome back to Cordially Invited, or welcome to Cordially Invited, if you're here for the first time, where you all are cordially invited to join us as our magnificent heroes attempt to do one of the most difficult tasks that I can conceive of, which is trying to get a wedding to go off without any problems. Or maybe not, given all of the violence that has been happening in the span of the 2 days, barely 2 days, that have happened so far. I'm going to throw this over to Scott for some tech talk. Have we been you to say TikTok? It's going to happen, and we're not sponsored, but hey.
It's like a bizarre mix between TED Talk and TikTok.
I think that's just Hank Green. His TikTok is basically a TED Talk. I think that's just it.
This is not inaccurate. This is not inaccurate. I don't have much to say except for just as we are, if you could believe it, we've been doing Cordially Invited now for a total of 6 weeks, but it's only 3 episodes because we're doing every other Wednesday. But with only 3 episodes, we're still kind of making some adjustments to tech and volume levels and things in the background. So if there is anything that you that flags you, just annoys you in the middle of our game, like that music is too loud, that person's camera is horrible, please throw the horrible comments at us in chat. We would love to see it because it will help improve things later. That's it.
You can direct all of it to me because I am not reading chat, so I'm not going to be offended. I cannot. I have too many tabs open and only one monitor because I'm cheap. I'm poor, so it's all in one.
And in school.
Actually, having 2 monitors would absolutely help in school, but again, poor. So last time on Cordially Invited, our lovely heroes got to rest after their magnificent victory over our interrupting hag, who unceremoniously dipped in to the royal welcome ceremony. They rested up and polished their skills in preparation for that night's grand feast. They had a whole performance planned. A bunch of things were supposed to happen. Before that did, though, Dove snuck off to do some reconnaissance with birds, as is the
surprising,
and discovered a little bit of some emotional turmoil in the palace with the help of a beast bond. She met Ren, a half-elven servant girl, who told her that the high priest of Silvar, who was supposed to have performed the wedding, was found dead a few days ago. This meant that the keeper of Tyrna, the highest religious figure in the land, was coming to perform the wedding. And that was about all that Dove got out of Ren before having to get back in time for the feast, because Dove had a performance to get ready for. Upon getting to the feast, our heroes schmoozed. Premac got to discuss some personal business with the lawkeeper, a lady guest who traveled here for the wedding as well, wondering about some leads regarding the attack on his business partner. Mannequin and Dove had an unintentional dance battle. Like, not planned, but, dance fight. It happened. During which Dove discovered that Mannequin's style might be a little familiar, which may have thrown Dove off just a tiny bit. After the performances, they got to meet Duke Uller, the uncle of the prince. Uller, uncle, easy to remember. Who came to offer a wager to Mannequin to fight his man Argo Finch in one of the upcoming trials, and also tried to insult Dove, but Dove got some insults right back in there. After some snippy back and forth and a very angry march back to their quarters, Dove and Mannequin began a particularly intense argument that they almost missed a certain new friend to the quarters, because they had to, unfortunately, unpack the fact that they might have some more shared history than at least one of them thought. However, Premac is very perceptive, or at least was in this evening, and managed to spot the little Uzi boy who is hiding out in their quarters, warning them about some danger in the hall. The party went to inspect and found a rather large, monstrous, rabid-looking hound over the corpse of a person in the hall, covered in blood, and it turned at them with bright red eyes and a frothing snarl to screech at the party. And that is where we begin. If I can find my map. There we go.
Ooh.
Huh.
Ooh.
So,
Right into fighting.
Yes, we have to start immediately in combat because that was how we ended last time. We're not just gonna do a fade to black when I can potentially kill all of the party right here. So, don't worry, they're gonna take over an NPC if they all die. So
We've already claimed the people.
4 episodes in.
Yeah.
That would be great. But you all are peering out from the door from your quarters down this hallway where you see the figure kind of slumped over in the middle. This large hound kind of standing over this corpse's head. It has turned and seen you and has snarled. And we're all going to roll for initiative in D&D Beyond. I need to run the encounter. Oh,
That's a 9.
A 9.
A 5.
Oh no!
Come on, Premac.
Boy. Come on, Dove.
I got a 10.
Oh.
Better than
A 10.
technically
Okay.
everybody.
We're all
Oh.
we ate a lot at the dinner. We're a little
I
You did eat a
lethargic.
lot. This is, I mean,
I don't think it rolled with initiative. It only rolled. Yeah, it didn't. All right, let's try this again.
wait,
I might.
Did you have a
I have
+3?
advantage because of my. I did worse. Just pretend I didn't say that.
I'm gonna let you keep the 5. Or I'm gonna let you keep the 10.
10. Thank you.
Sorry,
Well,
the most recent there was a 5, but I have to look at the names. So we've got a 5, a 10, and a 9, and my monsters got different numbers. Actually, only one of them got a different number from one of you. But oops. Okay. So if we start in our initiative here, they label it very nicely for me. A, B, and C, and D and E and F through Z. You got 26 monsters to fight. Gotta pull all the tokens there.
Where are they?
You don't know. You only see the one. It's there's only one problem that you have to face, clearly, and it's the only thing that you see, and it's gonna go great. Yeah, so that happens. Next. That happens. And this
Searching
one
the map.
Yes, my map is all over the place. This weird hound creature is going to rush forward. Let's see. I don't remember what its speed is. Cool. It can only get up here, but it's gonna run forward up at you. And it's got a thing. Ooh. Yeah, it's gonna do this. It's going to open its mouth and let out another screech. And I need each of you to give me a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
Goodness me. All right.
Are you sure? Are you sure wisdom? That's the one?
A Wisdom saving throw, yes.
Oh,
that's a 10.
Nice. Oh.
I rolled
Correct.
a natural 20, so that's a 19.
You have a -1.
You found your weak stat.
Oh. A natural
Yeah.
20 is so disappointing when you have a -1.
Yeah.
So, all right, this is great. 2 of you failed, and only 1 of you succeeded. So currently, Mannequin and Premac, you are unfortunately frozen in fear You can take actions, but you can't use your movement unless you would like to dash, and you can use half your movement. You are currently very frightened of this. You're not having to turn, you're like stuck in place. It's a little different. And so it couldn't get you, but it's trying to keep you in place. I have people drag racing into my window. I apologize. Cool. That's its turn. Next up is Dove.
Hello. So I believe it was established that I cast Hunter's Mark at the end of last episode.
Absolutely.
So it is Hunter's marked.
Cool. I will put a little ring around it.
Thank you. So let me remember what I do. Yes, that's what I do. Okay. All right. Well, what are you waiting for? It's time to hunt. I'm gonna run forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, right up to it.
I believe the hunt is tomorrow.
Oh, straight practice. I'm going to actually not right up to it because I got 10-foot reach, baby.
What?
All right. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm gonna be 10 feet away and swing my glaive down. Try to hit it.
Nice. Absolutely.
Oh, that's a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Yes. That is 14 points of damage. And
Ooh, nice.
also my Hunter's Mark damage.
Yeah, go ahead and add it for me.
I just rolled max damage on both of those dice.
Hell yeah.
So
Hell
it's
yes.
20 points of damage in all.
Yeah. Fuck this thing up.
Next turn. Next attack. Okay, 16.
16 is gonna hit.
Okay. Alright, normal. 7 points of damage on the normal, and then Hunter's Mark does an extra 5.
I don't know what I was doing being worried about this fight.
Well,
Yeah. Absolutely. This thing, it like screeched. Your compatriots look a little shaken up, but this thing is looking a mighty bit fucked up. It did not expect this sort of resistance to whatever it was trying to do. Is that your turn?
Well, if my Hunter's Mark didn't take my bonus action this round, I'll be stepping 5 more feet forward and smacking it with my bonus action attack. Since I have one of those too.
I did say that it did not take up your bonus action because you did it at the end of last episode, so you do have a bonus action.
I hit it again.
Okay,
Oh,
go
no.
for it.
Oh no, does a 9 hit? Probably
The 9
not.
does not hit.
Ah.
Thank you,
Oh.
dice gods.
Yeah. My luck had to end, so I am right here, 5 feet away. Well, I'll step forward, try to make that attack, and then try to gauge whether it's got enough range, decide that it probably doesn't, and take another step back here. Hopefully it doesn't have enough range to do an attack of opportunity as I step.
How far are you?
I am 10 feet away. I stepped up to where I was 5 feet away from it, and then I stepped back.
Good.
It's 10 feet.
It only has a reach of 5 feet.
Well,
I'll
there
just
we
give
go.
you that information right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Generous.
Well, my bonus action attack also has a 5-foot reach, so if I had to get within 5 feet to it, technically could.
Okay, so yeah, if you had to get within 5 feet, then yes, you are within 5 feet, and it'll try and get you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm assuming a 26 is gonna hit because that was a nat 20.
Oh no.
Oh, I think my armor class is broken because it's 3 right now, but I know it'd probably hit anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
I think we're gonna request armor from you, but I don't know if I received it.
We'll fix that. We'll fix that.
Wait, we killed the naked hag. You're not wearing what? That doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
You can't
Excuse
bring up
me.
the naked hag every time. I can't do this, guys. That's going to be 21 points of damage, Abby, because it crit on you.
Oh, well, right back at me. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm fine. Not a big deal. I'm not hurt at all. I'm
Yeah.
bleeding so much.
It wouldn't have been so bad if it had just been a normal, but it gotcha.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, I shouldn't have taken that step back, but I did.
It's okay. All right. Next in order is Mannequin.
All right. Well, I am currently frozen in place. So I
can
look at the
But you would take your dash.
right. No, I look at the hound and say, "You really should get your voice work done. That's horrible." And I cast Vicious Mockery.
Ouch.
That's
Absolutely.
DC 16 Wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw from this thing? A DC 16. It got a 5. So I'm going to go with that's a no.
Yes, it has. I believe it has disadvantage on its next attack too.
Awesome. Cool. How much damage did it take?
And 5 points.
5 points. Cool. Again, this thing looks super unhappy about its life choices currently, and also like it's rethinking trying to hurt you. All right. Anything else?
And as a bonus action, yes, I will say to Dove, "Oh, come on, get back in there. You can do it," and give you Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
It's a D8.
And what is
Nice.
your inspiration? A D8. Thanks. I
Okay.
don't know how to keep track of this. I will find a D8 of my own physical dice. Place it in front of me.
You should be able to use the D&D Beyond little dice in the bottom left corner to just roll the extra dice.
Oh, well, I want to just like know that I have, like, remind myself that I have it available. So
Totally
I
fair.
need to put this here.
Okay. All right, Premac, it's your turn.
All right. Okay. I am going to. Premac kind of looked around, sees this fight going on, goes right down. You hear this snarl on all fours, just starts like diving forward towards this enemy, ducking and weaving in between allies. So you
Did
kind of
you-
get this.
Did you succeed on your wisdom saving throw?
Oh, I didn't. Nope.
No?
No, I didn't. Nope. So what was the? I was frightened.
You're just stuck in place. You can use the dash action to try and move half your speed towards this thing, but otherwise you can either move backwards or you can stay where you are.
Just out of, do we get a chance to
Oh
save
yes,
against
you
it
should
again?
do another wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good. Thank you for reminding me.
That's an 18.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Okay. So instead, then, you hear the snarl of aggravation from Premac. I will. So I can take the dash action to move half my speed. You said.
Yes, I will say. You cannot move
Oh.
towards this
Oh.
thing.
Oh. I have a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will use my action to move 15 feet. I'm going to stay near Mannequin, actually. 5, 10, 15. And I will, with a bonus action, you see this unfurling of threads and yarn roll towards the enemy as a second Premac shows up in textile form right beside the hound, 15 feet
I will
away.
put a cool
Perfect.
guy there for you. A little second. Premac.
Perfect. Thank you. But that does use up my action and my bonus action. So nothing else. You said I could do a wisdom save at the end of my turn?
Yes, you can do wisdom save at the end of your turn.
Ooh, a 5.
You've rolled a bunch of 5s today.
Yep,
So
yep.
yeah. No, that's not gonna do it. You are still afflicted with whatever this thing has done. And so
Okay.
you are not going to be able to move closer, but you have some other assistance.
Yep. That is it.
All right. That is top of the order then. Can I oh, there we go. Next. Oh no, it's not top of the order. I thought it was the top of the order. It's basically the top of the order. It's fine. Some things are happening. I am going to just roll a d20 here. I'll roll it to everyone. Okay. That's fun.
Oh, you got an
Right.
actual 20 on this thing.
Oh,
That's
no.
cool.
Oh.
That's cool.
What does that
Awesome.
mean?
All right.
What's the
Next
natural
up,
20?
you guys see from around this corner, another one of these things appear. Same size as the other one, and it is going to. Can I get up here? It can. It's gonna get up and try and attack the echo because it doesn't know what an echo is. And he's gonna try and do some shit.
Who does
let's see.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, not very well. Does a 15 hit your
No.
shadow?
No.
Echo?
As it swipes forward, the echo, like you just see like this the swirl of fabric as it like grabs and dodges through the attack.
Rad. Okay. Well, that's what it does. Cool. That's its only thing. The next up is the very hurt one, who does not look happy at whatever is happening here, and it's going to go up and try and get up in Premac's face because you did some weird shit, and there's two of you now, and it's confused by that. I am so sorry.
It
to
has
have to do
disadvantage
this.
on its attack.
It does.
I'm going to
You are
use
correct.
a reaction from the echo to attack as it goes by and out of its
absolutely.
range.
Go for it.
So one claw comes flying out to attack. 27?
What if I said no? Yes, it hits. A 27 fucking hits.
9 damage as these
Okay.
needle-like claws come out.
Oh, this thing is not having a fun time. But it's disadvantage, right? I got a 9 and a 25. Yeah, it tries to attack. Cool. Oh. Okay, sorry. I thought I was screwed and I'm not. Yeah, this thing now looks severely fucked up and embarrassed that it could not.
Its voice is really bad. It's like, truly atrocious.
This thing is having a very rough evening.
Oh.
And
Ooh,
that
was
is-
that a wolf theme mug for the wolf theme battle?
Oh,
Sorry, I just got so distracted.
Hell
I
yeah.
love it.
But our
I
wolves,
just imagine frothing, rabid, bright
Human faces?
face.
Human
yeah, it's got a weird
faces.
humanish face, and it's kind of.
that's got a real Studio Ghibli vibe to me that I'm not really fond of.
It's fine. It's
What's
fine.
that? Yeah, sorry. There's that one creature with the weird face.
No face? Or
No
I
face
don't
has
remember.
face.
that's true. It just has a
Could be
map.
a lot of
what
people.
movie?
I don't know. I watched it with you.
We watched some Studio Ghibli movies. While trying to
Anyone-
think of this,
yeah, sorry.
Dove, you're up.
Oh, hi. All right. Well, you're in my space. Thankfully, I technically think that even on a diagonal, how do you do rulers? These.
Oh, it's the little
15,
measuring thing
okay.
with a paintbrush.
Yes.
Or M.
All right.
M is the measuring tool.
So if I move to here, I would still be in that one range, but I could hit this far hound.
Yes, you are not going to provoke an opportunity attack by moving that way.
Lovely. Well, I'll leave that one with Premac and Mannequin. They should be able to handle it, and I'll try to hit this one over here. That
Cool.
has just arrived.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, pain. It's fine. Push through. Well, it's a 12.
No, 12's not going to hit.
You gotta inspiration.
I do.
Oh, you
I
do have
do. Why
inspiration.
don't I? You know what? Let's use it now, because I'm gonna be so good later. I'm not gonna roll it physically. I'm gonna roll it digitally.
Delete.
15?
A 15 is gonna do it.
Hey!
Your,
I just get like,
Thing up.
I
your
like
old friend
kind of
inspired
start
you.
to like, yeah, move my foot in the wrong way, and then her, the voice repeats in my head, and then I'm just like, ah! I will not mess up in front of these people. Oh, and I do max damage, 14.
Nice.
What is with your damage rolls?
I
Hell
don't
yeah!
know.
Nice.
I ain't complaining.
Neither am I. All right, I also have Hunter's Mark damage on top of that.
Not on this one, right?
No, not on that one. How do we know which one's Hunter's marked?
The green circle.
Thank you.
Green circle.
Okay, good to know.
You hunters marked 3 question mark hound. This is
Gotcha.
only 1 question mark hound.
This is 1 question mark hound. That's slightly annoying, but it's fine.
I'm sorry.
Just because of that, I'm gonna do my first attack outwards. I'm gonna swing back and try to hit the one behind me with my second attack.
Sure.
And 21.
Yeah, 21's gonna do it.
Okay.
Unless you get no. How would you like to do this?
All right.
How, Abby?
How?
Well, so I kind of bringing up my nerve, hit the one in front of me, and then it really got deep in there. So I was like, I had a little bit of trouble pulling my glaive out, so I just kind of whipped it back, and I accidentally just like stabbed the one behind me, and then I tried to like make it look really nice. Like I tried to like make a flourish. It was an accident, but I like kind of play it off.
You do like a full like back bend, get your glaive behind you, like prop yourself back up because you like overdid it. And unfortunately, this thing like had started backing up away from the embarrassment of not being able to hit Premac, and just
We're
like
both embarrassed.
right into its back.
Oh, yes.
And it is skewered and it screams. Premac and Mannequin, give me perception checks.
Ooh, okay.
As you watch this thing die.
Do it.
That is a 21.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, nice. Premac?
Oh, both of us?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Premac and
sorry. I didn't hear the Premac part. Sorry.
both of you. It's right in front of you.
14.
It is dying within your eyesight. Okay. All right. Premac, you watch this thing like convulse almost, and like you're trying to make sure that not any of its weird blood gets on your clothes. So like you see it convulse, something's happening to it as it dies. Mannequin, you look and you see this thing's face as it dies, it like locks eyes with you, and then the humanoid version of its face slides off and hits the ground.
What's left underneath?
Right now a bloody mess. You'd have to get real up close and investigate to see what's underneath. But you just watch that like humanoid version of the face just slide, and then right down.
Ooh.
Yeah. But it is your turn as you witness this face slide.
Okay.
I'll just bonus action move my Hunter's Mark to the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yep.
Okay. All I was gonna do is. Okay. I'm no longer frightened. Let me move the thing. I'm going to run up to this other. Damn it! I'm sorry. I'm going to run up to the other hound, and I am going to reach out and cast Inflict Wounds on it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fuck it up. Let's go.
Hello? Did it roll?
DD.
I guess not. God damn it, it's 12.
A 12 is not going to hit. Close, but no cigar.
Alright, well, I will use my bonus action to stab it with a dagger.
Absolutely.
It's a 13 hit.
You're so close.
Oh.
You're so close.
Can't hit anything.
I'd inspire you if I could, but
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry
You
about
got
it.
too good of a roll on that vicious mockery, and then the dice have decided no. We're giving all of those rolls to Abby.
What's? I guess so. Yeah. Or you could
Inspire
keep a
her
roll
back,
on the-
bird one.
Exactly.
Try harder.
Just hiss at it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's my turn.
Premac, you're up.
All right. Premac is still. So this one in front of me is still. It's still. Dead. Oh, it is dead. Okay, that one's dead.
The red circle is death. I can't draw an X over it.
Red is dead. I like it.
Red is
okay.
dead.
Is that the thing that has that kind of speed thing fallen off of me? Was that the thing that cast it, or is it still affecting me at this point then?
You still feel not good.
Okay.
Whatever it did has stayed with you.
Okay. Premac doesn't want to move, doesn't kind of feels this restriction of his being able to run forward, and instead kind of you see him kind of reach out with his claw, and suddenly he's in the space of his echo to switch place rather than move, and kind of the launching forward of himself, just like it's like there's just this like split, and the Premac that is now forward just dives forward with his claws to attack this dude.
Right.
What level are we?
What level are you? You're level 5.
We're level 5. Okay, I was just like, we have extra attack already, right? I'm like,
You're level 5.
Yeah.
Just double checking.
This would be a mean fight if you weren't level 5.
12.
A 12 is not going to do it, my friend.
Second attack.
Yeah.
26.
There you go.
What if I said no? Yes, it's 26 is going to hit.
For 8 damage as I slash out.
Yeah.
And
I do not like it. We're going back.
that's my bonus action and my action. Bonus action to teleport. Oh, I can move my echo though. My echo will move. Was it 20 feet? Where's it got? You can mentally command the echo to move 30 feet in any direction, no action required. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, because I don't know where anything else is. If there is anything else, we're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 out in front of us. The echo.
Cool. Awesome
That's it.
sauce.
Oh,
All right.
and a wisdom save.
Oh, yes, and a wisdom save, please.
16!
Oh, my friend. That is so good. That is so good. That is that's above what you needed. You are no longer, you're like shaking it off. Somehow, like that switching places with your echo, like really made that feel like you just got that off your back. Which is so useful because of what was going to happen to you. It's fine. It's totally good. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. So that's your turn. And next up, running around the corner after hearing the death screech of one of those things, is another one of them coming out of this hallway where the broken crates are. And
I say no.
You say no. It's going to move up.
Yes.
It's going to move up to this corpse. And it's going to attack this corpse. Why, you don't know, but it's going to attack the corpse. And I'm going to see if it does it. Okay, cool. Yeah. It successfully does that. You watch its jaws, like, latch on to this thing's skull and just, like...
Tell me it takes its face.
Rip.
Oh, no.
And it's, like, blood everywhere. It took a gouge out of something. Like, it took something, and now it's, like, hanging from its jaws, blood gushing, and it just is, like, looking at you, trying to decide where it wants to run. Because it used up all of its movement. And that's its turn. Which brings us to the top, which is the other guy that's still alive. Who's around him?
Everyone.
Yeah, all of us, really.
Yeah. Mannequin did try and kill it, though, and,
Fair enough.
No, Premac was the last one to try and do that, though. So we're gonna go after Premac. I'm gonna guess a 24 hits you.
24 does hit, yes.
A 24 does hit. We love to see it. Let's see how much damage it does.
We?
A 10. Just a 10.
Oof. Okay.
10 is doable, right?
A 10. I'll take the damage.
Okay. And that is its turn. Which means Duff, we are up to you.
Well, hello there. All right. Oh, that is a drawing tool, not a. Just I don't know how to use this. Yeah, I tried to do ruler. I drew instead.
I got you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I can't get. I don't know. I can't get that far. So I will just. Well, actually, no. I have 10 foot. Can I? Is this 10 feet? No, it's 20. I still can't. Oh, the horror. All right. I'll just move over to. Yeah, move over here. And I'll attack the hound that I have my hunter's mark on
Absolutely.
with my first attack. 14?
Just what you needed. Absolutely.
Ooh.
Okay. Cool. That is 13 points of damage. Again, these are really good damage rolls. I'm so scared. Yes, for what's gonna happen. Okay. Bad roll. One on the hunter's mark.
That's fine. That
Yeah.
makes me feel better about
Yeah.
my monsters.
Honestly, me too.
It's like
All right.
twice.
Yeah. All right. Try to hit it again.
Go for it. Oh, fuck.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Blocked.
Ah.
Denied.
All right. Well,
So-
bonus action. I do it again. This is my build, boys. All right, 23.
Fine.
I do far less damage on these attacks. Don't worry. Yeah, there you go. 5 plus my
Okay.
hunter's mark is 3.
He's still up, baby. Okay.
There you go.
He is looking equally as unhappy as the other one did right before he finished it off.
Abby, as you're doing all these swings, can you tell us what your weapon looks like? Like, what is this 10-foot glaive that you're working with?
Oh yes. Well, I don't. Is the glaive 10 feet on its own? Probably has to be, seeing as I'm so tall. I have this incredibly crafted glaive made of this fine kind of like curving natural wood, and every like kind of springing out of this wood are these little like sticks that look like they'd perfect perches for birds if they wanted to sit and hang out. And kind of curling upwards at the top of the glaive, kind of almost wrapped very naturally around it, is this incredibly long blade that kind of curves slightly and has like a bit of a dip in the top. So it's got like a stabber in the top. And it has some ribbons probably still tied around it from the performance we just did. So they kind of glide around as she's swinging this all over the place.
And are you very like? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, the other side has a little butt on the bottom that like you can bonk with. Because I think I do blood.
Are you very like what's the word I'm looking for? Dynamic with it, or is it more like just hack kind of thing, or is it like very like twirls and spins and?
Oh no, darling! Absolutely, twirls and spins. I am a dance battle person. I came from the circus, and all of my every action that Dove does is very like over exaggerated and far too much movement, and probably is leaving too many spaces open to get hit. But it looks fucking hot.
It's fucking hot.
I love that.
All the dead wolves think that, I'm sure.
Yeah, you did actually hear the other one before it died and its face fell off. Just go, hot.
Thank you.
Sorry, thanks for letting me interrupt.
Yeah. No, thank you for letting me describe my fanciness.
All right, Menaquin.
Yes, I'm going to draw my rapier and give it a poke.
Go for it.
That's an 18.
Yeah, an 18 is gonna do it.
All right. For 8 points of damage.
Nice.
How would you like to do this?
Yes.
I pull out my rapier, spin it once, and shove it straight in the creature's throat.
Ooh, yeah. You stab its throat as like it goes to screech, and you just like feel a horrible jarring vibration as it tries to scream like along your dagger, your rapier, as it's like through its vocal cords. And this thing also convulses, and you watch again as it dies. Like there's almost like a flash as the like behind the eyes, as whatever the red was like fades for a moment, and it blinks, and it almost turns to brown, and then the face slides off again, and it is dead.
Gross.
Ooh, all right. As a bonus action, I call, "Still yourself, birdie. There's more to come," and I cast Healing Word.
Oh. Shut up. Thank you.
Get 9 points of healing.
Thank you.
And
Shut up!
And thank you.
I am going to move. I'm gonna move up here and kind of stay near the echo.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
All right, Primac, you're up. There's one hound left.
And I'm no longer slowed AF.
You're no longer afflicted with whatever that was.
Okay. Seeing as it worked so well last time, seeing that hound, my echo is going to go running forward. You see, again, it's just kind of galloping on all fours. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right up. And Primac will then, as it's kind of running forward, there's like that kind of like weird tug on it kind of thing. And Primac kind of suddenly is in its place as we switch spots. And he'll launch into 2 attacks as his claws come out from underneath of all of the curtains and curtains of clothing that are hanging off of him.
Go for it.
First attack is 19.
Yeah.
For a total of 9 damage.
Okay.
Second one is 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Look at this.
For a total of 9 damage.
Beat
Oh,
up
nice.
this dog.
Consistency.
You know, he's only rolling d4s, but he's got a +7 to all attacks. So
Holy
it's
That is pretty nice. Yeah,
Um,
this thing is not happy with what has happened to it. Oh, I'm not
okay. Primac will move a little bit further around the hound thing, but that's all of my action, bonus action, and movement.
Yeah, absolutely. This thing still, like, with you slash into it, it's still got like the flesh in its jaws, but it's now like mean mugging you as it's trying to size up if it can get out of here.
Primac is like, get right down low with it kind of thing. It claws are out, just kind of like stalking it around the edges, growling back at it, and ready to attack.
All right, it's gonna try and get its jaws right around you. It nat 20 to crit on you.
Again! The third time!
Oh,
I'm so sorry. For a total of 20 damage.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
20
that
damage.
that hurts.
That crit.
That hurts. That hurts. As it slashes into Primac, it's really hard with all of the layers of clothing and cloaks and cape and everything else that's dangling from him, the long sleeves and the scarves and everything. It's hard to get through that armor, and he's got scaled hide underneath. But something that this thing does is it reach forward, just catches purchase, and you just see this spurt of blood, greenish blood spurt across the ground in front of Primac as his claws go up to kind of clutch at his neck where he's been wounded.
Yeah, it's gonna try and rip the shit out of you, basically. I think that may have been the third time that I've hit with these things. But that is its turn. It can only do one. That one's dead. That one's dead. We're back up to Dove.
If this takes an action, you let me know, because no, I'm not going to do that. But I'd like to listen to see how many of these things I can hear still coming, or if this is the last of them.
I will let you do that as a bonus action.
Sure. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's like take half a second and
just pause.
Keep an ear out.
All right. Perception for your best stat. Let's go.
Perception.
Oh, hey, that didn't roll bad. 17.
Ooh, hey, a 17. Yeah, you're listening. You're hearing noises, but they don't sound like these things. These things have that kind of like guttural, almost unearthly screeching. You're hearing like voices from down the hall in front of you. You're hearing footsteps as people are rushing, and you're hearing like a almost like a whining noise down one of these hallways. In fact, it's going to be down this hallway that you're close to.
Whining.
Yeah, it's you can't tell exactly what it is, but it sounds like something's in pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'll. Okay. Yeah, I'll move to here. Can I see down this hallway?
Yes. Down this hallway, I will. Boop. You see there is like dragged blood smears down this hallway towards a door that's been left open, and you see a slumped figure kind of in that threshold in between the door and the hall. They're kind of moving. It looks like they're trying to like crawl, but they're still alive.
I'm just going to looking back at this other one. It's looking kind of rough, right? By now.
This one?
Or,
this one's fine.
No. Oh, this one's new still.
This one's the new one. Two are dead. This one ran up from the other side
new.
of the hall.
All right. I'm just going to yell out to like the others around me. There's an injured person down that hallway. If you can heal or something, I don't know, give them a boost and go and try to stab this thing with my action.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Ding. It's 18.
Yeah, absolutely.
7. No
7.
hunter's mark. I don't have that on this guy right now. And a 16 to hit.
16's gonna do it.
Perfect. That is another 7. Consistency.
All right. Yeah, it's looking like it might limp a little bit. It's starting to look a little fucked up. Awesome.
All right, that is my turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to run up to this new dog, and from here, can I see the person who is?
You can see that there's like a figure that's about a little down this hallway. They're like slowly moving, like they're pulling themselves along the ground, just trying to like get away from whatever's happening.
Right. Okay. Well, that is 45 feet away from me. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this dog another poke with my rapier. 17.
Yeah.
That is
Nice.
12 points of damage.
Oh
Yeah.
Now, are your rapier, your little pokes, are they as delicate as you're making them sound? Are they just kind of like, boop, boop?
This is very much like Nifldu sort of flourishes, kind of almost distracting, and then the final strike is just like a sharp jab. Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
And then, as a bonus action, I will call, "Hang in there, friend," and cast Healing Word on the figure way down there.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Yeah, you cast Healing Word. The person freezes and then is like slowly starting to push themselves up. They're getting off the floor. They look a little bit better.
That's a
they
great
don't
healing
appear
roll.
actively bleeding out anymore.
Good one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, Premac.
All right. Premac would like to use suddenly his tail whips out from behind him and reaches forward behind this wolf and is going to use a bonus action to try to trip attack with his tail to trip this thing.
Yeah.
Does an 18 hit? Wait,
An 18.
is that how that works? Is that how that works for?
I think you have to hit and then do an opposed strength.
Should say on the maneuver.
It should say on the. Treat it as a shove.
Oh, I'm sorry. The tail can only do shoves. It can't do trips.
Yeah.
I think that was my mistake. Yes. Oh no, you can make a shove. Oh, to shove prone. Can you do that?
Yeah, you can basically slap it down and try and get it on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. You use a bonus action to shove an
down.
opponent within 5 feet of you. You can make a shove action to opponent within 10 feet, but if you do, you can only pull them. And okay.
Yeah. You can try and slap this thing in the face and get it on the ground.
Gotcha. Okay, so I guess it would be an athletics, as you said, right?
Yeah.
Come on, 20.
Is it opposed? Yeah, you're good. It did not save.
Okay. Then does that give me advantage on an attack if it's knocked down? Melee attacks within 5 feet?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, melee, yes. Range, no.
Yeah, okay.
Range is disadvantaged.
I'm going to jump in for a big ol' set of claw attacks.
Okay.
Diving in on this thing.
Ooh, he just
Advantage.
pounces on him.
Pounces.
You just slap this thing and are now just gonna like completely maul it.
Nice.
25.
Yeah.
That's not a right roll. Never mind. Hold on. I clicked the wrong thing.
Funky, how's that?
8.
Yeah, how'd you like to do this?
Hey!
I'm just going to try the second attack for funsies.
Go for it. See how much you fuck this thing up.
I
Yeah,
wanted
19's gonna hit.
a crit, but yeah, I'll take another 9 damage. Basically, after tail whips out between its legs, trips it over, it just dives on with its claws and just starts going into it.
Yeah, this thing dies as you're doing it because it only had 7 hit points, and you're just like going full maul on this, and like whatever's in his jaws is like out. You just keep going in, and it's shredded. It looks like this thing's been taking ribbons, and we are now out of initiative.
Ooh.
That's the last that you can see, and this thing dies a horrible, gruesome, violent death. And that is combat. You're hearing, Dove, you heard voices and footsteps, and there are people coming down the hall a little bit. You have a few moments before they're going to turn the corner, though, if you would like to do anything before someone sees.
Well, I would like to see. First off, what did the dog grab from the person? And what happened? What's underneath the face?
2 questions. It absolutely grabbed the face off of this person. It had gone in and like taken a ragged chunk out of this guy. It is like not very good. Not very good at all for anyone involved. And then its face, as Premac killed it, slid right off just like the other one. But he clawed this thing up too much for you to see what's under its face, but you could go and investigate one of the others.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at one of the others. I'm gonna go look at this one over here.
Absolutely.
And see.
Give me an investigation check. Investigation or Arcana. Whichever you'd like.
Arcana.
Go for it.
That's a 9.
Yeah. There's nothing there anymore. It's like a blank slab. That like there should have been something there. There's like it's rounded. There's sort of divots where you imagine eyes could go, but almost just like someone just put their thumbs there, almost like clay. It is not. It's not actually there anymore. And the face that had been on it had left a smear of blood, but it's just on the ground next to it, which is kind of gory.
Do any of the faces look familiar? Like, do they look like other wedding guests?
Give me a history check.
Okay. I'm real good at that. Oh, a 16.
Hey.
A 16. I'm gonna roll just because I do have people. Let's see which one this is gonna be. This face that's on the ground, it's kind of hard to tell immediately, but it does look a little familiar. And as you're like looking at it and you get a little bit closer to stare, it looks like that guard who helped you with the hag. Or at least what was that guard.
Yeah.
What about the first one and the person whose face was stolen? I know that one's kind of
the one that had just gotten its face ripped off, that thing had it like in its jaws, and it got cut up when Primek attacked it. That one looks like it did not do it the way it normally was supposed to do it, so it got pretty ripped up.
Okay.
This person is in guard's clothes though, like they're dressed kind of nicely, a little bit more protected than like just a servant. But the other one does look like one of the servants who had been carrying wine at the feast that you had left. I have no specific name for that.
We might want to go check the feast hall.
Dove was gonna do a thing while you're doing that. Just want to get a tiny bit more information.
Yeah.
While Mana Quinn is looking through the faces, shuffling through the faces,
Face cards.
Apropos.
Yeah.
Apropos.
Bird's gonna take her glaive and kind of just like stab it into the ground a little bit with the points with all of the twigs and like bird roosts, little what are those called, like the little
Perches?
perches. Thank you. All the perches sticking up, and she's gonna make some like very melodic whistling and pull and summon her swarm around her and onto the glaive. She's gonna take a moment and listen to them sing, and use one spell slot to use her primeval awareness to listen to their song, and they will let her know if there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or any undead present within 1 mile. I don't know what the fuck happened there.
That's what the
dragons,
birds sound like?
fae, undead, or celestials?
Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead within 1 mile, up to 6 miles if it's my favorite terrain. My favorite terrain is forest, which I don't think this counts as forest.
This is definitely a palace. But you're kind of starting to pay attention. These things feel fae. They're pinging as fae as their like life force drains away.
Basically kind of like trying to feel if there's more.
Yeah,
around.
you're not feeling the same type of energy as these things. Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
I want to give this to you.
Oh, well, you shouldn't have made me roll. Oh, it's a 3.
Hey. I will say with a 3, you can tell whatever these things were, you know, like, the fake creatures are not supposed to be here. And there's a little bit of something that feels very faintly fae that is a little bit further into the palace. Yes.
You might catch Mana, I would imagine.
Yeah, and like, I feel like that is recognizable, maybe?
Oh, yeah, very. Dove
Yeah.
knows that feeling well. She's probably done this a few times and gotten mana in.
Oh, Uzi boy.
There is Uzi Boy.
Yeah.
You feel that ping. He feels a little. Hold on. Gotta remember what exactly he was. He's also Fae. You feel that behind you, where like he was in that room. So he's still behind you. There's like a faint, weird Fae that's like somewhere in the palace, and then it blips and disappears. And then there's like elves. There's sort of like the normal Fae feelings.
I've probably
but
gotten
what
used to those.
Things were. Give me a perception check. Just one last one for me.
Oh yes, all wisdom.
I'm just remembering, I think.
7.
Cool. With a 7, you also feel the like whatever magic the hag was. It's not like active. It's not alive anymore. But her body is in the palace. You can tell that. Something still Fae magic about a hag body.
Okay.
Premac is very like visceral and very close to his targets when he's fighting them. And like he's kind of a little bit primal with those attacks of, teeth and claws and so on. The taste of this creature as he was attacking it, the splatter and whatnot, he was very up close and kind of the same thing with he was getting splattered with the ooze and stuff with the Uzi boys. Can I investigate? Is there any like feeling of connection between these things? Or is there any indication from like being this close to this target that he killed that could tell like, oh, this smells like, I don't know, like onions, like it was in the kitchen storehouse before it arrived here, or like it smells like pine, like it was some place before it got here, like, is there any sort of like taste?
This face was eating onions before it got
Garlic bread.
Garlic breath.
Give me a perception check.
Just had the chicken tonight at dinner.
Perception.
Ooh, the fishy taste.
Oh, there's where those leaks went.
Perception, you said?
Perception or nature check?
Perception or nature? Well, I'll go with nature because I'm much better on the intelligence side. 20.
Okay. With a 20, this thing does not taste like our little Uzi boy. It tastes... I didn't imagine that I would have to create a taste for these creatures.
You should know by now.
And what were they wearing?
Every house they were wearing nothing. These weren't wearing clothes. They were already
These ones are
These either. Jackie, start making your enemies wear clothes.
all of the monsters are naked. I don't know what to do about it.
We're gonna get demonetized, as you said.
Like, we have a tailor in our party, yet everything is naked.
Maybe I put them as opportunities for you to dress them.
Oh,
okay.
So this encounter could have been passive. We could have just dressed them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was trying to rip that guy's face off. You absolutely could have offered him like a nice set of pants, and it would have been.
Excuse me, would you like some dog pants?
And then we're gonna have to decide how dogs wear pants. It'll be great.
Yeah.
The taste of this dead Fey dog thing. You had tasted the Uzi boys before. That sounds a little funky. You had bitten them. You had attacked them. They tasted like bog, basically.
Okay.
This thing tastes a little like acrid. Like it's sharp, it's sour, it's not good, and there's way too much like mortal tasted blood in this as well, which is weird. So not a good time for you to have that all up in your mouth feel.
Mouth feels poor.
Yeah, the mouth feel is real poor.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's what you can do before around the corner.
But I figured they do not taste the same. That's all I want to know. Okay.
Yeah. Around the corner, I'm gonna scroll up through my token list here. Around the corner comes a couple guards, and then you see the figures of Duke Uller and his bodyguard Argo Finch, who come kind of rushing up. There's guards too. I'm not going to drop all the guards, who are like kind of filtering in. And Duke Uller is like looking around. He has his hand at his side on a sword. Finch has like a very nasty looking scimitar out and is staring down at these hounds like with a very disgusted look on his face. And Uller kind of looks at all of you and goes, "We heard commotion."
Yes, there was, these hounds were attacking people in the hallways and we came to help.
We've dealt with it.
Yeah,
I can see that. They look very, and he kind of like shuffles back away from the blood a little bit. They look very dead. Yeah.
Yes, they also appear to have stolen faces from guards and servants.
Well, interesting. New. It's still, and he's like looking at the corpse and looking at the hound and then looking at the like mound of flesh just that kind of slopped off onto the ground. He goes, "All right, that does track. Gross." He's looking around the scene a little bit as the guards are kind of like trying to figure out what's happening. One of them rushes off to go and help the person that's down this hall.
Actually,
when Dove saw him come out, she doesn't really like him, so she had given him like the yes, we dealt with it, and then she just started walking away down the hallway to like help whatever this guy is.
Awesome. Yeah, a guard's gonna come and help you with this person.
Okay.
This person is a younger kid. He's probably like 17. Who's like sitting shock white, as he has clearly lost a lot of blood. He has like teeth marks in his shoulder and like a scratch down his arm that he's kind of holding to his chest. He's breathing a little heavy and he looks up at you with like really big eyes and is like, thank you. You saved me. That was terrifying. I want to go see my mom. Can I? And like the guard's like helping him up and kind of slinging his arm over his shoulder to start leading him off.
Bird just takes like one of the birds off of her shoulder and places it on his. Yeah, to take a bird. It'll come back. Take a bird.
Take a bird?
Yes,
he's like
it'll
looking
help.
at the bird and is like,
It'll help. Take a bird.
Okay. He actually kind of looks a little comforted by having a bird. It's just like there on his shoulder.
She picked one of the very calm, quiet birds, and it'll just sit there, really happy.
What's the name?
What's this bird?
What's it wearing?
What's it wearing?
It's not wearing anything.
Not just me. These birds are wearing.
Its name is Lavender because it's a very calm bird, and it calms everyone down. So
Awesome. Lavender. We love
I like that. Yeah.
You leave Lavender with this boy, and the guard kind of gives you a nod and says, "We'll take him to go see the doctors. Are you gonna want your bird back?"
it'll come back. It'll come back.
Okay.
Yes.
Weird. And he's gonna start taking him off. Uller is kind of like circling around with Finch, kind of looking at all of the hounds.
Can I want to do just like general read on him. Like, what is he looking for in these hounds? Yeah, like, why is he here beyond just like perhaps being nearby?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an insight check.
Okay.
So
11.
I was gonna kind of say, can I join in on that? I haven't really been talking, but I think Premac would be kind of just looking them over to kind of keep an eye out, like just where do they look like they just came from?
I will say Mannequin can do Uller. You could insight check Finch.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
So, insight.
Yeah, I'll
good.
kind of
5.
pace along with them.
I will say with an
Observe
11,
things.
you can see Uller is kind of... He's like kind of fallen, like shoulders back, he's looking like he's in command. He's sort of pointing out things to the guards and saying, we're going to get these bodies cleaned up. We don't want anyone to have to see this. It would freak the guests out.
Do you have any idea how they got in? Where they came from?
Give me another insight check.
Okay.
Because you asked a specific question.
18!
Yay.
When you say, do you have any idea where these came from? Finch looks at Uller, like, out of the corner of his eye, and then at you. And Uller just goes, where all of these nasty fey ingrates come from, I'm sure. Some magic portal. And Finch just kind of spits on the ground. As he, like, stomps over to one of the hounds and, like, just grabs its corpse and is gonna carry it off.
Can I ask further questions with my insight roll? So does it seem like he is hiding something with that answer? Or is he just being, like, kind of flippant and gross about it?
He's being flippant and gross about it, absolutely. He seems to be doing that because he is a little uncomfy with that question of where these things came from.
Gotcha.
It doesn't strike you as a lie that he said where all of these fey things come from. But it seems like these two have more of an inkling than perhaps they're gonna say amongst other people.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so Uller starts shouting orders. Not shouting, but like he's giving orders as the guards scoop up the corpse. He sends them off down the hallways, where you hear one of the guards shout, "We've got more!" And there's they come carrying 2 bodies out from the south hallway where the last hound had come from, of just what looks like mauled servants. And Finch has the hound corpses. The guards have the other, and they're carrying these bodies out. And Uller gives you all a nod, except for you, Dove, because he doesn't know where... you came back, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. He still doesn't give you a nod.
I don't want a nod.
Yeah.
You may want to drag that thing. It's going to make a mess of your clothes.
Finch, like, looks down at himself and looks back up and stares you dead in the eyes, Premac, and goes,
Premac, aren't you covered in blood? You just mauled a thing.
Yes, you see Premac start to peel off his outer layer, which is covered in stuff, and just kind of
it's like an onion.
Yeah. yes. Yes. His outer layer of clothes. He doesn't seem to diminish in size. There's so many more layers of clothing. But yes, he's taking it off and starts to fold it up.
Drops it on the end. Finch and the guards are starting to drag all of this away, and Uller kind of nods at you all and says, "Thank you for your continued assistance in whatever bullshit is happening. This is quite concerning, but you've proven yourselves quite capable. I will remember that. And if you could just maybe not spread this around too far. You don't want to cause a panic before the wedding."
This is quite a incursion of uninvited guests the last few nights.
Yes. Uninvited. Unwanted.
I'd like to step up the security in some way.
That is a good idea. Perhaps we will turn to the city guard. I will take that into consideration. Thank you for your continued assistance. And you should probably go and get some rest before the hunt. tomorrow. I will not be leaving the palace unprotected.
A wise move. Good night, Dukeler. Don't let the Fey dogs bite. And I will go back in.
He's like kind of grimaces and looks down. No, we're good. Yeah, he and the rest are gonna carry on and like deal with this mess. And you guys are gonna be able to have your night. In your quarters, there's clearly like the other people had sort of like woken up from some of this. I will say, Raven and Sabrina woke up. The Granite Breaker brothers did not. And you guys are back in your quarters. I can pull that map back up.
Immediately gonna go look for the Uzi boy. Is it still here?
Yeah. Uzi boy.
Looking around right now, it doesn't look like he's like out in the open because Raven and I made tokens for them. Raven and Sabrina were like up. They're in their like night clothes, but Sabrina has like these two wicked looking kind of long daggers that she like had out, and Raven is just like standing there ready. And when you open the door, they kind of jump and look up and go, "We heard commotion. Everything all right out there, dears?"
It is now. Yeah, it is now.
What?
You are.
What's all of that?
Some face-stealing dog-like creatures killed some servants and guards.
I'm sorry, did you say face stealing?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They
Sleep
both-
with your face in your pillow this evening, please.
Sabrina and Raven like trade a look, like, the fuck is going on? And like, okay, is everything all right now?
Seems to be. We killed 3. No more came.
I may need to talk to you about the... Yes, no more, probably.
What?
That's not very comforting at all. Well, it's good that we're getting out of here in the morning. Seems like there's quite a bit of excitement. All right then. And she gives you a nod and is gonna go back off to her quarters. Raven waits a moment and then kind of looks around. Like, before he goes to his door, like he stops at his door and kind of looks and then shrugs and also goes off. Back to his room and closes the door. You hear a very distinct lock as they both close their doors. Presumably because they would like their faces to not be bitten off. And as soon as their doors close out of that like corner where you had seen the Uzi boy come up before, there's like a slow creep of like shadow as it kind of slides up under this couch and then pokes its little head up with its bright yellow eyes.
I'm gonna run over and talk to it.
Yeah, he's like waiting.
Careful, Marina.
I'll walk up behind. I'm sore. I'm so
I'm gonna
sore.
kind of crouch down at its level, be like, well, hello there.
Hello there.
Why did you warn us about those dogs?
He like looks at the door and looks up at you and around and goes, I'm lost.
You're lost. You can't make it back to the Fae?
He like looks when he says that and squeezes his eyes shut and he pops out of existence, then pops back. And he goes, I'm lost. No.
Do you...
Are you looking for a home?
We're not adopting it.
Let's hold on, Marina. This thing attacked us just yesterday.
But it helped us today. It gave us a warning.
That
Did it?
sounds like...
Or did it send us away?
Send us away where?
out there. Maybe it did something in here. Maybe there is a dog ready to eat your face in your room.
It's
I'm gonna make
loyalty.
a perception check and see if like anything has changed in this area.
Absolutely. It's kind of shrinking as Premac is like saying all of these things. It's like
10.
Quarters look fairly normal. The fire's a little lower, but otherwise, it looks fine. And this thing kind of is like curling up in on itself a little bit and trying to get as small as possible. And it goes, "Any sorries? Did not want to hurt.
Did not want to? Then why?
Commands.
Commands from the hag.
The naked egg.
Does Uzi Boy have clothes?
Uzi Boy. There definitely looks like there are some clothes under what's like roiling off of him. He's like covered in a fine layer of slime, but it does look like there's clothes under that slime.
I like this
And
guy.
he, when you say hag, he kind of shrinks a little bit more and nods.
So how did you know that the dogs were coming?
Sense them. Can't you?
Well, we heard them once you pointed it out. Did you just see them, or can you sense them otherwise?
Feel them. You can feel them. And he like reaches out like very slowly, almost like he's asking like to take your hand.
Mena will like put a
No,
claw
no.
out in his palm.
He
It's like a thick one.
he like taps your palm, and you feel this almost like as wrong as the vibration was from the screech that this thing had in your dagger, this almost feels like he taps your claw and you feel like a right vibration. Like it kind of hums through your claw, and he goes, like, sees like.
Interesting. Would you be willing to keep an eye out for other dangers for us if we kept you safe and perhaps tried to see a way to get you home?
You send me home, I keep you safe.
All right.
Deal.
Let's oh, stop.
Hold
Stop. Oh
on.
god.
You
You just
say
made a deal with
deal?
the Fae.
You say deal, and there's like a whoomph in the room, and the fire kind of
no.
like flutters,
Oh
and
boy.
it's almost like there's a brief little hint of light around both Mannequin and this little Uzi boy, and he kind of looks very happy, and goes, deal,
I'm gonna pick him up.
deal.
Oh
And
man.
just be like, I'm keeping him now, and I'm going to like head to my
No.
Wait.
You're not leaving. I'm not done talking to you. Come back.
I have a friend now. What do you want,
Okay,
Birdie?
First thing, that thing's loyalty is about as sure as the looks on your face. Next, oh my, I was going to ask.
Deal.
No, you're. I feel like
We are
being.
free.
Yes, and I feel like being Fae, you should know how not reliable you are.
This will be fine. This will be fine.
All right. Now, you, if you're pointing to the Uzi boy, if you
Oh,
say
no,
you're going to.
They come out.
Oh no, are we yelling too much?
No, I'm just putting them where they were. I'm replacing their tokens.
Okay.
This is just where I needed to remember whose rooms were who. They're not coming
Okay.
out.
You said you're going to help, right? Keep safe, whatever.
You safe, me home.
Sure. I
You feel another whoomph.
no. Dove does a lap, comes back. All right. I
You're
just
worse than I am, Birdie.
I am just
At least I made a deal intentionally.
shut up. Okay. I had one question for you. I didn't want to make a deal.
Deal.
Sensed other Fae in the area. One of them disappeared. Do you know what it was?
It's not gone.
Where is
Okay.
Deal.
No, what is it?
He like points to the door and goes, "Smelly dog. Deal. Human."
The dogs made a deal with that human. Oh, Duke? Ruler?
Oh.
Hmm.
He shrugs. He has no idea what human. He just
I can sense it on him. He's a slimy man. Well, no offense.
No, I don't know. Well, no, listen. I believe him when he says he did not know where they came from. I don't think that was the whole story. But I think that if he'd made the deal, he would know where they came from. He
No,
might
I mean-
know who made the deal. But I don't think he was the one who did it.
Well, we don't know where this one came from, and apparently we made deals with it.
deal.
He came from
Deal.
the Fae. He came with the hag.
Yes, the hag. Little one. What did the hag want here? Why did it bring you? Why did you come with it?
Hag invited.
You
to the
said
west.
yes.
It's
Hag.
the
Mother? It's like trying to think of like the correct word for it. And it says a word in Sylvan that basically means like summoner. But
I
he doesn't
speak
know
Sylvan.
the common word for it. So yeah, if
Yeah, I speak Sylvan, so
so you
Yeah.
hear it say like summoner, like the hag is summoner. The only the
Oh.
only word it knows for that sort of in common is mother. So it kind of stutters over that and just said bound service.
Are you still? No, it's dead.
Dead.
No
Dead.
deal. Because dead.
No
Oh, I
deal.
guess I don't need to talk like this.
that's in Sylvan, yes.
Yes. I suppose.
You've only been speaking to it in common unless you want to try
Yeah.
and speak to it in Sylvan.
Oh, I will. Mana, when she hears it speak in Sylvan, she will switch to speaking to it in Sylvan.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you speak to it in Sylvan, this thing now is like, it's like, oh, this is so much better.
It really is. Yes.
Oh, this is going to be annoying.
I could say the same about you.
Oh,
Oh,
far
yes.
more annoying.
Just you. He like is like looking like very up at you and is like, "You're fine. Deal. The deal was very nice, very good.
I didn't want.
But you did.
Oh,
You
I
don't
hate
have
you
to.
both.
You just have to say it."
I hate Faye. All Faye. Are we done? Did we get all the information? I don't know what happened. What are we doing? Oh, sorry. Premac, it's more annoying in its own language, just so you know.
Oh, you hear it as well.
Points at Dove and goes, "Annoying."
Oh, do you speak Sylvan too?
It's now
I-
saying it in common. Mac.
No, talking to Premac.
No, I think it's for the better.
Okay, yes, good.
You're lost. In common.
No.
Little one, do you have a name?
No.
Don't name it.
Your name.
No.
I'm going to name it.
Oh, God.
Give me
Alright.
a brief, just straight intelligence check.
Yes. Okay.
I'll say with advantage
really-
because of who you are.
Okay, that's helpful.
I feel like there's something up with Faye names. That's
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was a 17 and 11. So 17.
A 17? Yeah, you know that like names are a big deal to
Oh,
Fae
yeah.
creatures. So the fact that this doesn't have a name can be very good for it or can be very bad for it.
Do I know anything beyond that? Like would it be really bad or unfortunate in some way for me to give it a name?
You wouldn't know if it's good or bad to give it a name, but if you offered, like, your name to a fae, that's bad.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to make offers to these things to fae in general. This thing seems like it's fairly low on the totem pole, but the fact that it doesn't have a name probably means that it was not considered very much of a person in the Feywild. That was never given a name, so it's kind of stuck between being a being and not. Like in Fae culture.
Gotcha.
Look, there's a lot of tension in this room at the moment between the two of you, as well as with this little creature here. Does anyone wish to clear the air about what's going on here? I'm a little out of the loop.
I don't know, Birdie. Do you have anything you want to say?
I feel like now is not a great time, as I've just been annoyed by so many things.
You're always annoyed.
You're so annoying. All right.
It's a gift.
It is, really. The trickster god has given you. This is, pointing towards Mana, is not who you think they are, probably. Not who anyone thinks they ever are. And,
You know
but
what?
I know...
I'm going to actually put a pause on this. Let's go in a room.
Oh, you tell me to talk and then you tell me to pause. Gosh, I don't know what to do, man.
I'm just going to pick up the Uzi boy and go into my room.
Yeah. He like sucks some of that slime in. He's still slimy. He's a little slippery.
Yeah. Oh
but-
yeah.
Yeah.
I've got him.
Oh yeah.
Begrudgingly follow.
I will also
Leave the
follow.
door open.
Yeah.
I just don't necessarily want people
Close.
to walk in on the conversation.
Yeah.
Close the door
Makes
behind me. Tail reaches up, grabs the door, closes it.
So, my name is Neve Quinn. I'll just put that out there. That's
So-
my...
Is Mana the stage name then?
Yes, of sorts. Mana is one of many. And I will change into Neverson, who you would have seen come up first at the very first and say, and I'm also this guy.
I see. Do you take other forms as well?
As many as you can imagine.
Do your clothes change as you're switching between?
Yeah, they switched to Neverson's like neat suit that he had, and I think you made this armor, so you would recognize this property as it has a few different outfits that it can switch between.
Okay. So it's a piece of armor, magical thing that changes with you.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes. I understand now. This makes so much more sense. And the two of you clearly knew each other before tonight, but you didn't seem to realize that.
Oh, well, I realized it immediately, but...
Well, yes, because you can... Because I don't change my identity every 5 minutes when, my shoelace is untied and it's minor inconvenience. Maybe I should just switch to a new shoe. I don't know, whatever. Oh.
That is a great idea, in fact, actually.
Yes,
I have a few shoes.
It's like a tiny bit of extra work to just tie the shoes. You don't need to switch the shoes to a new... You realize the amount of momentum you lose every time you do that. I know we've spoken.
I think... I don't lose any momentum. I just blink and I'm someone else. And I'm gonna just like, as I snap my fingers, I turn back into Mannequin.
Oh, so showy. Oh, amazing. Wow, they changed. Wow.
And Mannequin is Lionin? Is that the race?
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi. Oh, Tabaxi. Okay.
Giant Tabaxi.
Giant
Little
Tabaxi,
Uzi
really
boy
tall.
Claps his hands. He's very impressed. Uzi boy.
We used to perform together, but it was not the last.
I was one of the best in the circus, and Neve was also in the circus with me.
Oh. So you did work together for a time.
Yes, we actually left the circus together.
I guess you could say we were partners at that time. Like,
for a short while.
yes.
So excellent. You work together well, and you're reunited now. This is excellent.
Yes.
No.
Well, with what's going on around this castle, as well as the dangers of a hunt tomorrow and the incursion of unwanted guests, I'm hoping that the two of you can work together again, channel that inner creativity, and know that all of Premax sales are final, and that all of the purchases you have made, I consider you both still worthy clients, and that there shall be no disruption or favoritism between choosing who I will sell garments to, regardless of your conflict.
Don't know, Dove. Are you all right working with a changeling again? Going to survive that?
I think the issue is that we are going into a forest, and maybe you'll just leave us there. With no way to get back anywhere, and only enough food for, I don't know, a week, a few days, depending on how many birds you need to feed.
Well,
We
are
a
going
caravan
to the
in the middle of a
whole
forest.
royal party. I think it would be a lot harder to leave with like 20 horses. So I think you'll be fine.
Oh, I'm sure you could manage it. I don't know. You've got so many tricks up your
Contrary to
sleeve.
what you may think, I could only produce 2 arms.
Oh, that's good for all of us then. All right.
Premax prehensile tail comes up and scratches his head.
I have no issues working with this Fae. The comments I said earlier about Fae are broad. This one I have a little bit of trouble with.
Are you gesturing towards the Uzi boy or towards Vanna? Towards me?
It's the first no problems with was Uzi boy. This one I have a few problems with was Neve.
Excellent.
But if
You could switch to the other party, but you're so insistent on following me wherever I go.
I got here before you got here, just so you know.
I got here first.
Uzi boy's like eating some popcorn.
You were shit, right?
I'm gonna switch back to Neverson and be like, I was here first.
I
Don't forget, I was here.
forgot that was also you. Damn it.
Short-term memory is really a problem, dear.
Okay. Well, what is happening? We're going to go on that hunt, and I'm going to impress this princess because the princess is very nice, and she seemed like a fine young woman, and that is why I'm going on this hunt. And I am going there because I'm going to absolutely upshow anything that you do with your silly little swords, because I've got this giant glaive.
Yes. Which is absolutely why you also wanted to duel the same fighter I got invited to duel, following me everywhere.
I'm
Yes.
tired. I'm very tired. I'd like to sleep now. I'm going to sleep now.
Facing the pillow, remember.
Who's running away now, Birdie?
At least we're not in the middle of a forest. All right.
Your favorite terrain.
Oh,
I
a
have a
just a
feeling
little
Premac has just
bonk
been, like,
on Premac with the bottom of my
so much.
staff.
too seriously.
I'm going to go. I'm sure
Good
you
night.
can.
Uzi boy just waves.
You just hear like very quiet talking to herself. Everything sucks. This is terrible. Why am I back here? Why has this happened to me? Why is my life?
Sleep
As
face
you-
down.
Uh,
As you go back through your quarters, Lavender flutters onto your shoulder.
oh, thank you. I need you. I need you so much right now.
Like nuzzles into your cheek.
Very nice.
Chirps.
Goes back.
Mana,
Back to my room.
Neve. Which do you prefer?
Well, right now my name is Neverson, but
Neverson.
private Neve is fine.
Neve. This duel. Do you know anything about the other combatant?
No. But you know what? We have a lot of time to learn about him, and if it looks like it's gonna be shit, I can just change my face and leave.
Like Dove said you would.
Yes, like Dove said. You can't argue with what works.
I can try.
I would like to point out that you get I would hope you would get the sense that like Premac tends to just say the facts and without the consequences. So it'd be considered.
Oh yeah, for sure.
His intent may not be to actually like, wound verbally or something. He just
For sure.
says.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, and I will also say full permission to anyone here to shit on Neve.
Oh, I was already doing that.
I thought that was what
Yeah,
Premac
that's
was
not
doing
just happened.
unintentionally.
I think that's what Lavender does. That's,
Players
Yeah.
and DM, and also
Lavender
our
shits on everyone.
like
Yeah.
Lavender
here
can't
for this.
control his bowels.
But he's
The
so
bird.
soft and comforting.
Very comforting, very poopy.
Now what can you do?
well, as we seem to be more than just vendor and clientele these days, fate has for some reason put us together in this place to assist, perhaps. I trust that before you leave, you will give us some opportunity to assist.
I'm not sure how you could assist in a duel, but I appreciate it. If I need help getting out, perhaps I will come to you, or I'll let you know. I've already explained to you the changeling thing, so
Yes, I see why you would keep that quiet in this place.
yes, I would really appreciate it not being mentioned at all anywhere else out here, especially considering we are fighting other Fae, which is interesting.
This is fair. That
I don't
one,
want them to think that I have ties to them.
he looks at you holding this Uzi boy.
Ties.
You say you don't have ties.
literal ties to them.
Okay, well, like, but the Uzi boy's ties have already been severed from the hag, so like now he is unrelated to them, in a matter of speaking. So together we don't have ties to them.
You don't need to convince me, perhaps. Just need to.
No, I'm just explaining what I meant.
What do you intend to do with that thing?
Well, I intend to keep it with us and out of sight, and try to find a way to get it back home. And hopefully, along the way, he will alert us to any dangers.
I look at it. Can you keep out of sight?
He like looks at you, and it was kind of being like, I'm being talked about. That's fun. I like attention. And then it just kind of gives you like and it blinks out of existence. And then blinks back. Yes. Better than you.
Yes, this is true. But why would I want to? And he kind of stands up in all of his drapery and everything like this. Why would I want to hide?
It's just like looks over, just like not impressed. Okay.
Very well.
Well, Primac, I do apologize for getting you wrapped up in the middle of Bird and I's,
Drama?
Drama. Yeah.
Tis an inconvenience and unfortunate, but as long as you remain loyal customers, I am happy to be of service. And he'll kind of bow a little and open the door and head out.
All right. I turn to the Uzi boy. I'm like, all right. Do you want a name? All right, we're going to find you a name. And I'm going to spend the evening like workshopping names with Uzi boy.
Absolutely. Yes.
I just want to like zooming out on the night. Unless you had another thing to say about this specific thing. Bird spends the rest of her night laying on top of all of her covers, like laying on the bed, just covered head to toe in birds, just birds on her. And it's like the only thing visible is just her face, and she's just talking to herself, repeating like conversations in her head, like they're gonna say this, and then I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be so cool, and then they'll say that, and then I'll say, okay, no, but that's wrong. Okay, what if I had this? It's just going through things, possible things.
Some of the birds are twittering.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell me the birds are like giving you like ideas for things that might be said.
Oh yeah. They're just making like little noises, and I know what they're saying, and so I'm saying things back. I probably cast like beast bond on one of them, just
like curring of
just cooing, just everywhere around me.
Yeah, just a lot of.
I'm just like
just a lot of twittering.
In like perfect opposite to that, once he gets back to his room, Primac is going to shred that cloak that got covered in stuff, wash some of it in his tub, and then restitch it together to be a perfect dragonborn shaped hood. When I say hood, I mean like gimp mask here. And as he's pulling it onto his head before he goes to bed, he's like, not taking this, and pulls it over his face to go to sleep. So he's got this, he completely covers his face lying in bed.
To protect your face.
To protect his face.
Mm-hmm. Give yourself a hood and just beautiful. Awesome. Well, that is where we're going to take our break for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So we'll be back here at 10:02 for the conclusion. So we'll see you in 10.
See you then.
Welcome back. We are back from our break. We are long rested.
Oh yeah.
Unless there was something you all would like to do.
Oh.
Because that was not a fun fight for you all. We're gonna go to a slightly different soundtrack here as we transition.
I don't know. I didn't take any damage.
I was at 20 of 54 hit points.
Yeah, you got crit on.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't get hit once. I don't think I got attacked once.
No, because in the timing of it, you would attack, but then Premac would also attack. So
Yeah, so Premac was totally.
Oops. Oopsie daisy. But yes, you all can long rest. Because you're sleeping for the night.
It's good for me.
Thank you.
Yes. And you all will get up in the morning here, and there sounds like there's people out in the kind of common area. You can kind of decide the order in which you wake up and go out. There's going to be some activity in the common area, and then before you head out. But there's starting to be some noise, which would probably wake you all up, unless you wake up very early.
Hood off, gasping for breath.
True.
True. But decides instead to just rip a hole in the end of it and keep it down around his neck. Because it's such a nice piece of clothing. Why would you not also wear it? Yeah. That's it.
Perfect. All right. Then as you guys are filtering your way back out into the common area, it looks like everyone is sort of doing their best to get their stuff together. The Granite brothers have gotten their supplies. They have packs on. Sabrina and Raven are also, they're looking a little less well rested than the Dwarven brothers, and Raven is bent down, kind of hurriedly trying to tell them what happened last night. Everyone kind of looks up and nods at you as you get up. Sabrina kind of shoulders her bag and says, Lord Nolan is going to be here shortly to take us out to the procession. We'll be leaving the city, and then be out to the Mingorns.
Sounds lovely.
What exactly are the Mingorns? Does not sound good.
She kind of looks at you and is like, "Oh, right, you're not from around here." Mingorns, deep, dark, scary woods, northeast, north of Lys. You really wouldn't have any reason to go in there, but used to be Fey King's Forest. No longer. Kicked his ass. And kind of looks over at Arab and is like, sorry. Arab's like, I don't fucking care. And Sabrina just goes, that's where we'll hunt the black boar. Hopefully kill it quickly and then be back to civilization.
That is quite a trip, I imagine.
The map is not as big as you think it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
Also, all of that woods is the Mingorns. There's the deep Mingorns and the not so much. You don't know exactly where you're supposed to be going. No one told you exactly how far in you need to go. And as the morning commotion kind of happens, there's a knock on the door. Lord Nolan kind of sweeps in. I can put his token on the board so that you can see what he looks like. I just need to scroll and find him. Lord Nolan! Lord Nolan! There he is. He is looking kind of harried as he's in traveling clothes, and he's kind of looking and going, good, you're all up. You're all packed. We are going to head out. I believe both the prince and the princess have requested your presence.
Is he addressing all the performers or
No,
just?
he's looking at just you guys.
I see.
Did the prince tell you this, or are you remembering from, say, last night?
Oh, I'm remembering, since I was there, and
Yes.
paying very close attention to what was going on. The prince did ask for you.
Is there
and
anyone
the
else around us?
princess Definitely. It's just like the other entertainers who
I
are,
do believe we have agreed to go with the princess
okay,
as of last night. So,
wonderful. Her party is going to be sort of a little bit towards the back. Not really expecting her to kill the boar, so it's fine. And he kind of looks at the other entertainers. He's like, "You're free to pick whom you'd like to go with, but you all head out to the stables, grab a horse, and join us out in the back courtyard where we will leave the palace, head out towards the woods." And he kind of nods. He says, "Anything else you need from me before we leave?"
I don't believe so.
Wonderful. I love no questions. Going to be good. Going to get set. Go meet the princess. Yeah.
Primac kind of turns to, while the other performers are not quite there, Primac turns, and he's not trying to hide it from Nolan, turns to Mana, or Neve, and says, "You're Mannequin right now?"
Right, a mannequin. Yep.
Mannequin turns to Mana and says, "I believe Lord Nolan here may be mistaken about the prince inviting us. I believe he invited the other artists. Would you agree with that?"
I think the prince had quite a lot to drink last night. And I do distinctly recall the princess inviting us and us agreeing.
I would just hate for there to be a belief that we chose one over the other, when I don't believe, looking at Nolan, that that's what happened. I believe that the prince asked for any artists, performers, to join.
Is this a message from? Should I? What is happening here?
Mana's like backing away from this conversation.
Yeah. Nolan is looking very confused. He's like,
I
didn't realize.
Horse? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, horses, stable. Is this a problem? Primac. Sir Primac. Master
This is
Primac.
boring now. And he will walk away.
Nolan's like, he just rubs his face. And he's like, "All right, sure. You three with the princess," and he points to the other ones. "You with the prince. I guess that's happening." And a raven kind of holds his hand up and he's like,
Yeah.
"I'll be going with the princess."
You know, you
Yes,
see,
there
when
you
you're
go.
muted,
Yeah.
it's hard to say
Yeah.
things.
Yes.
All right.
Oh no!
Hello. I do have a
Oh,
question.
no.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Go.
How long did you say this trip would be? A full day and back? All in one day?
Oh, no, I mean, it's going to take us probably 2 nights to get out to the last place the boar was hided. And we'll be out there as long as it takes to kill a boar. If we don't,
All right.
then we come back and there's no wedding.
Oh, all right. Will you be able
Well-
to provide a cart, maybe? I need a place to keep all my bird feed.
There will be supply carts. I will take your bird feet. Where are you keeping
Don't
it now?
forget the poop trough and the rock.
And the
Oh,
bathtub.
yes. Actually, well, when we're outside, it's all right. The poop rock doesn't need to be on. Well, actually, you know what?
Definitely
I
does.
shouldn't. Yes, I shouldn't have them stop their training. We'll bring the poop rock then. We'll bring it.
You've said a lot of words that I wish I'd never heard. Ever. Bring whatever it is that you need to bring. Just bring it down to the stables. And we'll see you there.
Oh.
Is it okay? But
Okay,
we're
so
gonna
then
do the
you'll
hunt.
have all the provisions for us then at the stables then?
Yes, I'll see it done.
Okay. So do you have like nice riding boots?
Like for myself?
No, like for me.
Do you need nice riding boots? You got here.
Oh yes, but I'm just asking. I mean, if there's maybe like I don't know, like the souvenir for the whole party. Like I feel like there should be something for everyone that goes on the hunt. Everyone on the princess side should have like some cool boots, and then everyone on the king's side can have some. The princess side can have something else. But for us, we could all have cool boots. That's my request.
Not
Maybe-
something from your personal store, clearly.
He like, looks
Dove
down
needs
at
something
himself.
better.
He's like,
Oh, is Lord Nolan wearing the pants?
Yeah, is he wearing them or no?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. He's wearing the pants he learned. And he's like, I don't understand why. Okay. Okay. You can check in the stables, and I will go change my clothes. He's having a time.
I'm gonna walk up behind Birdie and pat her on the shoulder and say, "Here's hoping that you stay in the stirrups with those massive heels of yours," and give you bardic inspiration.
Oh. I wanted to react away, but now I'm inspired and I don't know how to deal with it. Okay, I know how to deal with that. More of that spiteful. It's again that spiteful inspiration where it's like, I will prove that I will be able to. I don't think you realize how much experience I have in these heels, baby. Walk, click.
Why'd you need boots then?
I want to I don't know. It's going to look fantastic.
Oh, sorry. That went off to a whole other. Okay.
Just think about it. All of us walking out there in the same boots. We'd look such a cool squad.
I will admit, I was trying to get ahead of the game and get you an inspiration before anything happened, but it only lasts 10 minutes, so... It was just a catty moment, sorry.
Let's hope something happens in the next 10 minutes. Maybe it'll happen. Who knows? Unless you don't want to cast
We'll go
a
with
spell.
something. We'll find some way of making that work. Oh, that is a lot.
I mean,
We'll go with.
yeah.
I appreciate it, though.
It's a moment to like really let it sit in on how this relationship is going so far. So yeah, Lord Nolan has left looking a little upset at the continued insults from Primac.
And Bird.
Observations.
I never said any insults. I just asked for him to do more work. So
Yeah,
that's
which
equally
is
as
fine.
bad.
He's used to like work, but
Okay.
the constant personal digs at his own fashion sense are a lot. The Greta Baker brothers and Sabrina are like led off towards a different side of the hallway, and Aravan and you all are headed towards the princess's camp. You'll go off to the stables and get outfitted with some horses if you'd like. These are the prince and princess. You are not going with the prince. You're going with Ariella. So just ignore little Baron here. But all of you, I can put
You can
everyone
tell
else.
that they're royalty because they're very attractive people.
They are very attractive people. Aravan is going with you all, and Greta Breaker Brothers and Sabrina are going with the prince. So that's our party lineup if this were a Pokemon team, so to speak. And yeah, you all can head down to the stables. Is there anything you'd like to do before you leave the palace?
I would have had a conversation with Uli, the Uzi boy.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Before
You can
we
like go back into your room and like have a moment.
It probably would have been before I came out to begin with, just like, hey, you need to stay quiet and out of sight. When you pop back into the world, do you have to like, all of you comes back in, or can you like put a hand through or something?
He kind of cocks his head, and he blinks, and then he comes back, and you see like a little ripple in the air, and just a little hand come up.
Excellent. So, when you see something that you want to tell me about, it's a danger or anything, I want you to reach out and pull on my sleeve. And then I will find a quiet space where you can come out and we can actually talk about it. And I'd love for you to keep an eye out for any, dangerous fae, of course. And also, if you happen to sense the person that made the deal with those hounds again. If they come near.
Okay.
Lovely.
He is gonna blink out. He like would have been sort of by your feet, and he pops, gone. So he is successfully wherever it is that he goes. And yeah. Anything else you guys need to do before you leave?
I want to pick up some really nice outdoorsy boots for everybody. Make sure
You can pick this
that-
up in the stables, absolutely.
I don't even glance at the size for Neve because I know she can just fit into whatever size that I give her.
Absolutely.
So I just grab a size. And then Premac, I just go for like the largest, I think. Probably. I don't know. I don't know what his feet look like. Never seen them. Alright, it's fine. I didn't realize the Raven was coming with us yet, so he doesn't get boots.
That's fine.
Yeah, and then take some for myself.
He looks like he's fairly prepared for travel.
Okay.
Like it's pretty well worn. Does not look like it's new at all, but he looks like he knows how to travel.
Nice.
He's got like a little fold-up easel across his back. He's got a bag and everything. And he's just kind of waiting. Not really looking like he is sure how to socialize you three. And you guys can make your way down to the stables, grab your boots.
When Birdie hands Neve the boots, or Mana the boots, she just kind of like holds up her cat paws.
I'm sure you can work with it. Are you going to break this? We're going to have a style. It's going to be everyone style. You can't. It's a troop. You know this. There's a troop that they have a succinct style.
We're not a circus troupe right now.
The Raven kind of snorts.
You know, the flamboyance.
Maybe some of us are, but some of us aren't.
The flamboyant aspects of a circus troupe and the lessons learned are something to carry forward into your daily life. You know how lovely people like us can look, and Premac understands. And now we are going
Birdie,
to.
we left the circus. We left the circus together many years
One
ago.
may leave the circus, but the circus never leaves the one.
And Raven kind of sidles up to you, Premac, and is like, "Are they always like this?"
I'm, as of yet, uncertain. But, all signs point to yes.
Got it.
A pair of boots just shoots your way as she's still like yelling at Neve, but throws those boots towards you. Premac.
Can I try to catch him with my tail?
Are you going to?
Yes. Dexterity saving throw.
Erevan, are these your size?
I'm gonna roll a pure luck check. I'm gonna say 11's fine. You're fine. You don't get hit in the face. It's not a graceful catch. Let me roll a quick thing. Close enough. Yeah, Raven's like, sure. I mean, I guess this'll work.
I have cat paws, so I think that these might have to go to you.
I appreciate that. Love being part of a group. He says that and then was like, what did I fucking just say?
I agree too.
And but it's like, yeah, I don't think claw, paw really goes with boots.
Thank
If
you,
you
Dove.
Premac, maybe you have some like
welcome.
similarly colored leather straps. I can wrap them around my feet.
I don't have all of my material with me while traveling at the moment, unfortunately. But Dove, I will agree with you on the circus. What they, unfortunately, what they have in enthusiasm for their colors, they certainly lack in proper aesthetic application, perhaps. It's a bit gaudy, I suppose we would say, with the colors. However,
I would have to say a
Excuse
choice of
me?
matching boots is an interesting one.
boots, though, these appear rather well made, and I will enjoy having them. Thank you. And you'll see him open up his cloak, and you'll see like two other pairs of shoes hanging inside, and he'll kind of hook them there.
And Raven's
Yeah,
like,
enjoy
I will
having
enjoy
them
wearing
them,
these as
like-
well.
okay, cool, awesome.
Of course, you don't want to look into.
Thank you.
Whatever. Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah. Raven's like clearly trying to like pull his horse and go. There's horses for you all. to ride. And as you exit the stables, the princess's party is there. She is there along with her mother, who does not have a horse. Her mother's going to be presumably riding in like a carriage, some type of wagon, rather than ride on horseback. But the princess is kind of getting her things together. She is accompanied by, we're going to complete this Pokemon team, a very tall, stern-looking woman who you recognize as her sworn shield. We're gonna move a Raven here because he'll be with you. Her like bodyguard that was with her at the feast. This is I don't think Premac would know her name because you had the guest list.
Oh yes.
This is basically she's a shield maiden, but her name is Dane. And her Ariella's mother is gonna be somewhere, and her mother has a bodyguard as well. I just made all their faces, so I'm very happy with them.
Yeah.
I like
Show
how they
off,
get
show
smaller and
off.
smaller.
I know.
You can zoom in farther and farther.
They come in at that size 1, and then I have to. It's not gonna be that big. But yeah, this is the troop that's coming with you.
I mean this in the nicest way. Her sworn shield looks like he's gonna sell me some car insurance. I think, as well as keeping me safe.
He looks very like mediocre. Like
Dane is like so
dude.
like smoldering, and then he's like,
yeah.
I'm here as well.
He's clearly like going to retire. He does. His name is Bannister. But he looks very much like he's been around the block a few times, and this might be his last time as captain of this guard, and that he's entrusting Dane to serve the princess. So this is the party. The princess kind of looks up at you all and looks very, like, big smile on her face. Are you all... Is anyone with a Raven? I should say. Is anyone, like, around?
If he would permit anyone to ride next to him, Neve would, or Mana.
Can you perception or insight check for me?
Yes.
Bird's just as far away from Mana as possible, so...
That's a 7?
Okay, yeah. Is anyone else gonna...
Well, Raven came and asked Premac about that, so I think Premac in this moment kind of wanting to stay out of the awkward fighting so he doesn't start smelling from being awkward around
the stress.
Right.
The stress of his friend, of these people fighting. He would have gone along with Raven as well.
Absolutely. Go ahead and do a perception or insight.
Not going to be a much difference either way. 12.
12. Okay, with a 12, Neve, you, like, you're not totally paying attention to him, and he seems to, like, fall back just a half step, when he sees, like, the rest of the group. And Premac, you see, as the princess, like, turns and smiles at all of you, he sort of, like, stops for a moment and, like, fiddles with a bunch of the stuff on his person, and is, like, clearly not looking up at her. And is kind of, like, almost like he's trying to maneuver his way to standing behind you a little bit. You get the same sense of that social awkwardness that, like, you are familiar with, where he's just like, I don't really want to be seen. Don't want this to be happening right now.
Yes, you are not wearing your best clothing. I understand, but please,
shut up. He's like ready to hit you as you say this, and the princess like looks and he's like, lovely, you're all here. Thank you so much for joining us. Lovely to see you all bright and early and ready to go on a hunt, I guess. I had not really a clear understanding of what we were going to do yet, but apparently we're going to hunt a boar, which is very exciting. I assume you all can hunt boar?
I'm incredibly good at hunting.
Can hunt a great many things.
Wonderful.
I need to eat.
She's like a little thrown by that. It's like, can get you some provisions. Do you
The boar
eat?
be fine.
You're going to eat the boar. I think she like turns to her mother and like the guards and is like, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a magic boar. Are we supposed to? Can you eat a magic boar? I guess we'll find out. Lovely. We
Premac
might
is going
not
to
find
try.
the boar. Yeah, happy to try. What if we don't find it in time? What else do you eat?
He
other
looks
than
around.
magic boar?
He just kind of looks around at everyone. He's like, I make do.
She's like, and
It's
Dane's
going to
like,
hibernate. You know, reptilian and all that.
Do reptiles hibernate? I'm not sure. I will look that up.
Did they bring my bathtub? Then maybe.
Yeah, you absolutely see like the wagons that are gonna be following this side of the party. There are servants like pushing your wooden bathtub up.
Good.
And the princess is like very well provisioned.
Princess,
Yes.
you said it was a magic boar. Do you know if it's the type of magic, possibly?
Well, I haven't fully done the research on the boar. I wasn't quite aware that it was supposed to be one of the trials. But I do have books about it. It's supposed to be one of the spirits of the wood from, you know, when the fairies controlled all of this. It's been around forever. So, and I think it's more like we're going to kill the boar. I hope it's a little bit more symbolic than that. I would certainly not like to kill a spirit of the wood. It's very bad luck. So, yes. I'm not sure what everyone else's understanding of this is. I haven't asked all of them.
I have favorite enemy. So if it's a fae, I have advantage on survival checks to track it, and intelligence checks to recall information about it. So if this is a fae boar, I thought I'd let you know that.
Do you say all of this to her?
No, I said you, the dungeon master, to her. I say how do I put this? I'm especially good at killing fae. Not that I have a problem with them, that I'm just I don't know, I know how they go, I know how they move. So if it is like a fae creature, we shouldn't have a problem.
Give
Wait.
me an insight check.
Okay.
All
I'm
of
not
you
good
can.
at these. Huh, okay. 14.
Oh,
8.
8. Oh, really hurting on the inside today.
Are we in the forest yet? I got a
You're not in
fan
the
up
forest.
there.
No, you're not in the forest.
Inspired by your favorite terrain.
Yeah.
Mac, do you want to do one?
I guess so.
This is not like a subtleties of human behavior. This is for looking for something.
I will say,
Sure,
Mana,
17.
the whole time that
Oh.
Bird is saying that is just like giving Bird this horribly exasperated look. Just like,
Oh yeah.
really?
You're hearing Bird
I've got
say
to talk
this,
myself up.
and you're like, oh my god, what are you saying? But as Dove mentions these, like, she's very skilled at tracking and killing fae, there's like a look that passes between the two swordsmen, the Dane and Bannister, and a Raven, like, Premac, you notice immediately, a Raven kind of like takes a step forward where he hadn't before, and Dove, your back is to this, but like, everyone kind of went into attention for a moment when you said that, and then they sort of come down from it and seem to get themselves together.
How much of that did I notice?
You definitely saw, like, when you said that, some looks were traded, but you didn't see the kind of reaction.
Okay.
In full.
She probably just took that as they're impressed. Hell yeah. All
Awesome.
right.
Mana's just like, ugh.
That seems so odd at first thought, that something that you do not hate is what you are very good at, tracking and killing. But the more I think on it, I don't hate my clients, but I have had to track some down in the past. Yes, this makes sense.
Yes. A question, a high level, like, world lore question. Also, a point of interest that I don't think the people know about. Dove is half orc. The other half is elf. She's got some like it's hard to tell because she's got some like orc is such a dominant trait, but her like ears are a little pointy. Her skin is a little bit more bluish than green. Her hair is like platinum blonde. If she were to go and say that to someone, would that be like a no-no, or would it be okay?
It's like half elves and elves still exist in this world, so like they're fine. They're not considered in Sylvar. It's probably a little like, oh,
Yeah.
you're an elf. Like,
Okay.
and you've seen how people have tried to treat a raven. Like, they're very dismissive. And Ren, the half-elf girl that you met, has mentioned that the half-elves are not treated so great in the city.
Okay.
Elsewhere in the world, it kind of varies on who you're talking to. It's not like taboo. You can definitely mention it, but it is sort of like, depends on the crowd you're running with.
All right. Well, I'm dope as fuck, so they shouldn't have a problem. Yes. Well, of course. I'm, like I said, I know how they move, and of course, I am I have elven heritage, half mother side elf, so it kind of, it's in my blood. But, yes, we shouldn't have a problem. And she's just gonna start walking, or hop on her horse.
Awesome. Yeah, hop on your horse, get settled. The two guards that are with you kind of get on their horses as well, and they trade another look. The queen kind of like pulls her daughter aside, and like says something very lowly to her before patting her on the cheek, and then she's gonna go off to where she's ride in a carriage elsewhere. But she kind of looks at all of you and gives you a nod, which like I think Queen Dahlia had like kind of given, especially Dove, like during your performance at the feast, like a sort of nod, had been impressed by Mana Quinn's performance as well. It was like, she acknowledges your existence. She doesn't say anything to you, but she acknowledges that you're there.
Very nice.
Before going off, and the princess kind of gets up on her horse and looks at all of you and says, "All right, I guess we're going. We're going to meet the others. Sort of like we'll converge and then process out the road. There's going to be people. There's going to be waving and lots of flags. You all can ride a horse, I'm assuming."
Yes, of course.
Wonderful.
Yes.
She's looking at you, Premac.
It's not exactly comfortable for the horse.
She kind of like blinks. Would you prefer to walk? I kind of don't want to upset a horse.
He'll go run over and he'll hop in his tub to be carried.
No!
Absolutely.
I love it.
You're like, you go and get in the tub of like the wagon, and like the cart kind of rocks for a moment, and the footman who was like doing this kind of motions, and one of the servant pulls your horse and just attaches it to the cart to pull it a little bit extra.
There's this like
Like a
awkward
double
moment for
fabric.
everyone holding it where he does like the cat thing and like rotates around and around in the tub, finding like the right spot, and then plops down in it.
Well, he's got like a spaghetti. He's got to roll all of
That's
his
right.
fabric up into it.
That's right.
Yeah, you do a
Premac,
bunch of turns.
instead of kneading, he pulls out some thread and starts like knitting, and it's
Yeah, that's right. Yep,
Oh, that's
perfect.
beautiful. Yeah, you
Perfect.
get all settled, and after like a little bit more time than anyone wanted to spend stationary here, the party sort of starts off. The princess and her guard go first, and you all will kind of filter in behind. A raven is going to kind of stay. He's not getting in the cart with you, Premac, but he's going to ride sort of next to the wagon. And you all leave the sort of like courtyard outside of this stable area. And as you exit the gates, you can clearly hear there's a crowd. There's like music and some people who are kind of either singing or celebrating or chattering past the palace walls. And you see the other party, the princess party. He is dressed in spectacularly bright red and gold clothing. He seems to be laughing and joking with his friends who are accompanying him on this hunt. You see Sabrina and the Granite Breaker brothers kind of in the party as well. They kind of wave. And the parties kind of converge with the prince and princess not actually ending up near each other. He's sort of riding off ahead, and she kind of looks around and is like, okay. And you guys start off through the city towards the trail that will lead you off into the woods. It's not a very difficult trail. There are people from the city who are here to cheer and wave as the party goes by. And almost as soon as you get out of the city, it quiets down. And, like, the woods are very serene, surprisingly. Like, it's very calm. Dove, you definitely hear a lot more birds than just yours now as you're riding through this woods. And whatever, like, grand thing was supposed to happen, it's turning into just sort of like a normal day traveling along the road. There's not going to be... Seems like you're just heading off northeast into the woods.
Just a perfectly normal day.
Yeah. In the tub. Sunbathing.
Dove is keeping a very, like good eye on the ground the whole time for, like, tracks. She's taking this very seriously. She's the hunter and she's going to impress.
Awesome. I'm not even going to make you roll for that.
Long before we're anywhere near.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nolan mentioned it might take you like 2 days to get to where the boar was last seen.
She wasn't paying attention.
Of course she wasn't. Is there anything you guys would like to do as you travel?
Mana Quinn will try to stay generally on the other side of the party from Dove, but, you know, not trying too hard, and we'll just, like, strike up conversation with anyone who is nearby and will entertain her.
I kind of want to roll for who is nearby.
Yes!
We're going to roll for this. There's some options. So I will roll.
I'll say, while you're doing that, Dove is kind of gonna... It'll be like a circle. It's like a perfect circle where anytime Neve gets to a certain space, Dove will move. So it'll kind of be like going around the party. So, yeah. So, like, if at some point Neve isn't talking to somebody, Dove will talk to them. But otherwise, she's not in the area.
Yeah.
I have something later, too.
Yeah. I rolled, and you end up a little near a rabbin, who's kind of riding. He's with the group, but he's sort of trying to stay between the horses and the wagon, and he kind of looks at you and nods, and he seems like he doesn't expect abuse from you, at least.
Mana's generally been reasonably polite to him.
Absolutely, and he just kind of nods.
Yeah, Mana will try to strike up a conversation, like, what kind of paintings do you normally do? Where have you traveled? You know, that kind of stuff, just like idle chit-chat, kind of.
He ever, like,
what?
Some of his paintings. He's got like a little sketchbook that he's kind of working in as he's going. And there's some nice like watercolors that he's done. There's a few sketches of the feast that you had seen. Like, they seem to be rough sketches that he had practiced. Mm-hmm. As he's flipping through, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Just to see if you catch it. I just want to know.
Our argument where we were flipping seats and shit.
19.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As he's flipping through, he gets to a page and he tries to go really quickly, but he absolutely fails at that, and you clearly get a view of he had done a sketch of the princess who seems to be sitting in a garden reading a book, and he like quickly moves by and is like not making eye contact with you, and then just like yes, I'm
princess, huh?
We're not gonna talk about it. Do we have to talk about it?
I don't blame you. She's so pretty and very sweet.
We have had... I don't know. She's getting married. It doesn't matter.
But, you know, idle fantasies. No one cares.
I mean, I feel like people would care. I feel like I would get fired.
My lips are sealed if you ever feel like letting it out.
Thank you. I did not, no offense, didn't expect it. Out of, and he kind of like looks around at the rest of the party and is like, don't expect that. Thank you. I will not forget. Your discretion. Like looks at the princess, looks away, is trying like very hard to figure out where to look.
And just kind of like pats him on the shoulder. She's very much like trying to give the impression that like it's no big deal. Everyone has fantasies. You can talk about it, you know.
Yeah. It's like it's fine. And this is now very awkward. If he was pre-max, he would be sweating. A lot.
Mana, I think, would be aware of this, but it's just like, so tell me about that one time you visited like some other place you mentioned, and just like keep going on that conversation.
Grab onto that thread and have some other conversation. Pre-mac and Dove, what you up to?
Premac can go first. I'll go later.
Well, Premac wanted to. Premac wanted to actually talk to Aravan as well at some point when Aravan was.
He was
walking
sticking around back there. Like you can absolutely.
Everybody.
At one point.
Mana will certainly move on at some point. So
yeah.
Okay. At one point, kind of looks over and sees Aravan nearby. Why all the dark clothing?
He
The black.
looks down at himself.
Are you colorblind? Perhaps a problem with your eyes.
No, I
can't
don't
think that
have a
you're
lot
poor.
of money to afford multicolored clothes to coordinate, so I just kind of go with black.
So
It's
it is
like the
finances.
easiest. I mean, you don't have to say that so loud. Yes. I paint for a living. I don't tend to get a lot of cash.
So you know colors then? I haven't seen any of your work. I suppose there was some on display. I didn't notice it. Is it good?
He like looks at you and is like, I got hired by a royal family to come and paint a wedding. I think I'm pretty good.
Yes, but they have Lord Nolan and he only wears nice pants.
I came recommended, and not from Lord Nolan.
This is fair. You know, I would like to do something for you then.
He looks expectantly at you like he's not sure that he wants this to happen.
It is not right that you would be so like one of the ugly children kicked from the nest simply because you didn't collect enough seeds. I don't know if this works, but I'm sure you understand.
He's like looking kind of confused, like he's not sure where this metaphor is going, but he's like, I don't know if you're calling me an ugly child, but I would prefer I not be an ugly child because I didn't have seeds. Yes.
Would you like me to do something with this? I could perhaps help. We could draw some attention to your qualities.
He looks down at himself and like looks up, very quickly looks at the princess, and then Mannequin, and then is like, yes.
All right.
Is Mana close enough to like hear this conversation and see
Oh,
him?
absolutely. Like he's realizing he's having this conversation. You're close enough, and you had just had that conversation where he's like, "Oh fuck! Now they know."
I do. I feel some need to roll like something to see how well I can not laugh in his face
Well,
at the conversation.
I'll say this: if you just wait 1 second, you might not need a perception check because.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to do perception. I was going to do
sorry.
like deception or performance.
Oh, yeah.
To see if I was not going to
Performance
laugh.
Performance to hold that laughter in, stay in character.
Excellent.
21.
Fine.
I'm good. I'm gonna when he like looks at me, I'm gonna leave her and goes, Premac is very good at what he does.
It's true. I come also
You need this?
highly recommended. So, I'm going to guess that, seeing as you've not had to go through this before, you don't know all of your numbers, your measurements per se. So, get in.
He like looks at you and is like, get in?
Yes, get in.
I'll take your horse for you.
He's like looking at you and is like, the tub? You want me to get in the tub with you?
Oh, my poor child, I'm beginning to understand now. Kicking up from the nest now. Yes, into the tub. Its tail comes out to reach, like, to help get in.
And he's like looking around, like, what the fuck is happening? And what am I doing? And then he gets off his horse and he's gonna very awkwardly, like, he's a tall guy. He's just very gangly. He's very thin, kind of willowy, and he like awkwardly gets into the tub and is like, yes.
Mana will take his horse.
Thank you.
All right, now, I'm going to have to touch you a bit. Is this all right?
I already got in the tub. Isn't that enough?
Excellent. And he'll like put his cloak around and just start like pulling on clothes to like take things and just like measure. Cloak goes around so that people can't see, but he'll just start taking his measuring things, and it's like a frenzy of movement. But he like, this is his thing. Like he starts immediately. His tail's pulling out tools and stuff like this. He's getting measurements. The tape measures going around different parts of him. He's getting like yanked in different ways and stuff like this inside. As Premac gets all of his measurements in as quick as.
I'm imagining like The Sims of just like movements, like an arm here, a tail there.
Yes,
Perfect.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mana's gonna just hover near the cart and absolutely lose her mind outside. Just like cackling laughter.
Absolutely. There's some yelps from Raven as he's manhandled or dragonborn handled. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'd spend like maybe 20 minutes getting all the measurements, and by the end of it, basically let him get himself put back together.
Perfect.
Do you, as we're sitting down in the tub, like so close to each other, like basically like facing each other, like, having to like, it's like your heads are like beside each other, facing opposite directions, and we're having to like lean out to like look at each other. Do you have any? No, of course you wouldn't have any color preferences. No, let me ask. Your paintings, do you have any preferences for colors there?
Blues?
Blues. Just blues, he says. Just
No, I paint landscapes mostly, and sometimes portraits. But I paint a lot of waterscapes and the coast, and like there's a lake.
Hey, but-
It's very special.
but
Yes.
blue, not azure, cobalt, sapphire, cerulean, perhaps, maybe some navy, ultramarine, lapis lazuli, but blue. You just want blue.
A blue, like the ocean on a late summer's evening.
Ah. Yes. Yes, I like that. That is good. All right.
Are you close enough to hear this, Mana?
Am I?
I
will
want to
be
say
if I
yes,
can be.
because you should
Yeah,
absolutely
okay.
roll a history check.
Honestly,
Okay.
I feel like it's just like Mano's just watching a TV show. It's just like
Yeah, Mana's just having a great
This is
time. Mana's giving up on
entertainment.
conversation
Yeah.
and is just like, what's happening in there?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
10.
Yes.
It's not a hard check. That sounds very close to the color of the princess's eyes.
Understood.
Yeah. I don't know that you know.
I don't think Premac would notice that, but Excellent. I will see what I can do.
Okay, can I get out of the tub now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And he like flings himself to get out of this tub.
Did
Dove,
you
what are you up
survive?
to? Oh, Raven looks like he's been through an experience. He is a little like, he's just blinking a lot.
Nana will just pat him on the shoulder.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm sad to say that I feel like Bird missed this whole thing because not paying attention. Started off keeping an eye out for tracks, and then got a little bored, but really wants to impress. So we're in like the princess and all of them are within our space, right? They're not.
Yeah, you're kind of traveling in this like two little blobs. The princess party has kind of like gone ahead. They're a little bit louder. They're like they're traveling, but they seem to be having fun with it. And the princess is kind of like back. She doesn't know as many of the nobles who are clearly fawning around the prince. And so you're a little bit a ways from the top blob, but yeah, you're all kind of traveling in a little group.
Yeah. So if I wanted to like ride up and speak with the princess or Dane, I could do those things.
Yeah, absolutely. They're riding together, but like no one's gonna stop you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ride up there.
Awesome.
Hello, princess. How should I call you?
You can just call me Ariella.
Ariella. All right. Thank you. Dove, of course. Nice
Yes.
to meet you. You're planning on winning, right?
Yes. I don't. Is this a competition?
Well, when I was speaking with Lord Nolan, he said that the princess wouldn't kill the boar. At least that's what he thought. And I was thinking, well, absolutely not if I'm on her team. Because it's me, you know. But I just wanted to know if you were as confident as I am.
She and Dane like trade a look. She's like, Lord Nolan said that.
Yes.
Interesting. Thank you for that piece of information.
Absolutely.
You know what? No, I would like to win. I would
There
like
we
to
are.
win.
Yes.
Didn't realize this was a competition, but if it's going to be, then yes. If this first trial is going to have a winner, I would very much like it to be me.
Perfect.
How do we just get the boar first? I'm not a hunter. She's like looking down at herself, and she has like some books on her saddlebag and things. I do not hunt, and let's say that Dane has the sword, and Dane's like clearly like, yeah, I handle the baton.
Yeah.
I am the sword.
Of course. Not a problem. As I mentioned, I'm a very good hunter. I once spent weeks in the forest. Long story. But I am very good, and I can track things. So right when I've been tracking on the way out, but I haven't seen anything yet. But of course, don't get discouraged. We'll get out there. We'll get farther out there. I'll see something. But first we'll track it, and then we will hunt it down, and we can strike from above, I think.
Strike from above. Oh, the bird! I get it. I get that.
Yes.
She's like looking at your birds and is like looking out if there are any predator birds at all, which I assume there are not.
Not in the party currently. No.
Yeah. And she's like, I don't know exactly what that means or what these birds are capable of, but cool. That sounds lovely. We should plan once we get closer. Absolutely. 'Cause I have a feeling Prince Varen very much also wants to win, and doesn't seem to be the greatest start of forcing a competition as a relationship, but, you know, bygones, I guess.
if it must be this way, you might as well show your stuff and not give in. You don't want your first interaction with him to be just letting him win or giving in or something like that. You want to show your strength. Maybe this is what it is. He wants to see your strength, and you show him your strength, and you see his strength, and it's an equal show of the confidence you have in yourselves and the strength that you are able to give to the relationship in the future.
He was very impressed by your friend's performance at the feast. Swords and fighting and all of that. All right. Yes, we'll dazzle them with style and strength.
Absolutely.
Do
you have a weapon?
She looks and is like, I can sort of, and she twirls her hand and there's a little bit of fire. I don't really fight. Magic tends to be my area of expertise. I know a little bit of, I can defend myself. Include some offensive things, I guess.
I can work with that. We can work with that.
I don't have one, but I can get one.
Can you?
And Dane pulls out, just has a crossbow.
Perfect. Well, I'm just asking because we're going to want you to have the final shot. That is how this works. As you're the princess. You need your party. We will assist you, and then you will get the final shot. I have a few things that I can do to help you out to make sure your shot is true, but we'll need to discuss this later. I'll need to get an eye on the train, but
sure. Maybe we'll talk once we make camp, and we can make a plan with your compatriots and myself, and we'll figure out a way for me to win. You're talking with enough authority that she's like, okay, cool, you sound like you know what you're doing, and I don't, so she is just going along with it at this point.
That's the plan.
Alright, so once we make camp for the evening, come find me, bring everyone, and we'll make a plan to win the first trial.
Absolutely. She grabs a bird off of her shoulder and kind of flicks it, and it lands on the princess's shoulder. That's Cinnamon. He will give you the drive. He's got a lot of energy, a lot of spunk. Kind of try to pull from his aura, you know?
Yes. I will.
Yes.
I will take inspiration from this bird's aura.
Very good.
Okay.
Back up my horse.
Absolutely. And she's not sure what to do with the bird on her shoulder. She's being nice to it, but she has no idea what to do with a bird.
Perfect.
You, as this is all happening, and you start pulling away, you actually, some of your birds kind of get a little jostled as there's a shout up ahead, and you can't really hear exactly what it is, but everyone sort of slows down, and there's a little bit of a commotion up ahead, and you hear a couple people talking, that there's a tree down up ahead, and that something seems to be amiss up ahead, and you all come across a quite different scene as you're traveling. You're not exactly sure how far you are from camp, but everyone kind of slows as people realize that they're not going to be able to cross quite so easily with a log down. And you hear the prince shout, well, let's get to work moving this. Assistance, please. And the nobles are clearly standing around not doing anything. And he's looking back at whoever the servants are. And, a little pointed looks at literally anyone who isn't a noble, including you all.
All right. I stand up and hop off the horse and start moving towards the log.
Yeah.
Yes, all right.
As you guys are getting close, you see, in this path, there is, I'm just gonna drop you guys on this map. Feel free to put yourselves wherever you would like to. That there's a big tree down, and it also looks like the tops of this tree have been kind of cut off. There's a stump from where it was cut. There's also a cart off to the side, kind of broken down, and there's thick kind of grasses and weeds that are sort of like up over the wheels of the cart a little bit, almost like it has fallen over and dug a little bit into the ground. And as you all are getting closer, you see that this looks like the tree came down. You're not sure if it hit the cart or anything, but go ahead and roll me a perception check, all of you.
I think I see the thing. I don't know
Just
if
out of
the bird sees
curiosity,
the thing.
Have I heard anything from Oli over the course of this time?
Not yet. You have just sort of gotten
17.
together with the other group though, and haven't totally taken a look around. So that will happen. Okay, yeah. Ooh, good perception checks.
Okay.
Yes, you guys sort of
18.
step up to do this. And as you're stepping forward with some of the other servants, you all kind of clock, because you are now very keenly aware of things that have been going wrong here, that this cart does not look like it's old. It doesn't look like this was a particularly, like someone just left it here. The wood seems a little bit fresh, and anyone who got over a 16 can very clearly see that out of the underbrush, there looks like a pair of feet.
Yes. I don't see it, so I just inspect the cart and then start looking at the log.
Yeah, you notice the cart, but you don't notice.
Carefully pick my way over there towards the feet.
I'll
Absolutely.
keep up with.
An eye out for any kind of like traps or people attacking me as I come to investigate.
Yeah. Does not seem, as you get closer, that there's anything but this body here. There's some like drag marks and some very like dried blood. This body looks, as you get closer to it, you can kind of see that there's like grasses and some leaves as wherever they fell over have kind of gotten on top of them. But they look dead, like they may have been here for a day or two.
What kind of humanoid?
Looks like a human man. Looks like he's probably in his 30s. Doesn't look noble. Looks like he was a traveler. He does have an axe, kind of on his belt. And with a high enough perception check, as you like had walked up here, this tree looks like it had been partially cut down. But something may have gone wrong.
Yeah.
Clearly, though, he wasn't hit by the tree. He's on the complete opposite other side of it.
Yeah.
Can I take a look and see what might have killed him?
Yeah, like what kind of thing killed him?
Go ahead and roll me investigation checks.
This is what I'm good
Can
at.
I help Premac?
Yeah, you can absolutely help Premac.
Okay.
Oh, that would be helpful
Advantage.
because
Yeah, roll that again.
Can I
not
look
great.
through the
15.
cart?
15. If you'd like to look through the cart, give me an investigation check for the cart. But 15's what you needed. It was a 12. You needed to beat a 12.
3.
There's a cart. It has stuff in it. Looks broken.
Yeah.
The
I think I just
body-
move over to the log and start pushing.
Yeah, the body does not look like it's in great shape. It almost looked like it was bludgeoned to death. Like, there's some puncture marks and there's some lacerations, but it's almost like something really heavy hit him a lot. Like, there's bruises, his arm looks broken, his chest is kind of caved in just a little bit, like something slammed into him.
Does it look like perhaps he was hit by the tree and then moved?
There's no drag marks.
Okay.
It does kind of look like he got hit by a tree, but where he
Placement's
fell,
weird.
not where the tree fell. There's no blood. Like, Dove, you could, like, even with a 3, as you're like going to move the log, there's no blood on the tree. There's like some like sap and like some ooze and some mushrooms on the log, but there's no blood that you can see. This guy just looks very beat up.
Is there anything around that looks like it could have been the murder weapon?
Give
Get
me
very CSI about it.
Give me an investigation or a nature check.
Can I be assisting with this?
Yes.
Please, that was an 8.
Yeah, go ahead and
That was a 2, so we're gonna go with the 8.
we'll go with the 8. I mean, it looks like there was kind of a struggle in this area. Like there's some branches down, there's some vines. It looks like there's a couple branches that have got stripped of their leaves, like something may have grabbed at them, but nothing like covered in blood. And yeah, go for it.
I was going to say, other than looking wounded, does he look accosted in any way? Like, is he wearing his clothing? Does he have his shoes on? Does he look like, do we see like a money pouch or anything?
It looks like no one took anything from it. It doesn't look like he got robbed. He still has his shoes. He still has a pouch on his belt. The cart doesn't look like it got ransacked. It just looks like it fell over. You do notice as you're kind of walking around the body looking for that, he has an axe that had like he may have been going for or something. It had been on his belt. There's a very clear break in this guy's arm, almost around his wrist. Like something either hit him or grabbed him or something and broke his arm.
No blood on the axe?
There's no blood on the axe.
Pick it up.
There's
something else on the axe.
It looks like there's some wood and some sap on the axe, but there's not blood.
I'm pushing this tree.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Thank you. And just while I'm pushing it, I guess I'll just I'm obviously looking at it while I'm pushing it. Is it was it chopped right down? Did it break? Is it rotting? Like,
Yeah, it looks like the bottom of it looks like it had started to be cut. And then about halfway through, it looks like it fell. And
is this athletics?
Sure.
Athletics.
Yeah.
I'll show it over to
21.
Dove. Is there a lot of sap on that tree where it's been cut? As you're shoving it.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I don't know whose voice that was that I almost started. But yes. I mean, my hands are quite sticky. Actually, make grip a little easier. Are you guys going to help? Or are you just going to look at a cart?
Well, there's a dead body over here, Birdie.
Oh, what? What? Kind of gets stuck on the trips. What? A dead what?
There's a dead body over here, Birdie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ignore that. Walk over.
Yeah,
Try
there's
to
a
get
dead body.
some of the sap off. Can't go
on. Mana, you feel a slight tug at your sleeve, where a tiny little hand, like you're turning and looking at the body, and like the side that's not facing where everyone else probably is looking and looking at the log, tugs on your sleeve, and a little head pops up and goes, "Fairies," and pops back down. And as you look up from where Uli had said this, you can see, like, across the trail in the direction of where the top of the tree is up here. I just drew and I didn't mean to draw. Up here, in this direction under these trees, there's just some eyes. They're not glaring, there's just eyes in the shadows of these trees, watching all of you. And that's where we're tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just
nice.
I was gonna start doing something.
Yep.
But it is 11.
Channeling your inner
Okay.
Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But that's gonna do it for us right now.
Right
I'm gonna
on.
switch to kind of ambiance music. And yeah, we got some combat, we got some intrigue, we got some
bathtub fittings.
Bathtub fittings.
some tub
Yeah.
friends, some slime friends,
Yeah.
and some bird friends, some new bird friends, Lavender and Cinnamon.
Always. I need to start
These
writing.
fairies are definitely also going to be our friends.
I didn't say we're gonna roll for initiative, so who knows?
No more deals. No more deals.
Please be aware that anytime you speak to a fairy, there is a potential for me to go, woomph. Promises are
I'm
made.
gonna start
I
having
cannot
like
wait to go talk to them. I'm so excited.
no.
Oh,
Bennett's
boy.
going over there immediately.
I'm not allowing. I'm doing something else.
I love this.
I will not spoil it.
Yeah, you learn some new things about some of your compatriots. Potential infatuation on Raven's part. Learning a whole bunch of new things. But yeah, we will pick up with our potential fairy friends, and whatever this first trial is, hunting this boar so the princess can win.
Yeah.
Not next
Thank
Wednesday,
you.
the Wednesday after.
Thank you for a great night, Jackie. This has been a fun game. And reminder to everyone that we do have other great shows on the Dice Cult on both Twitch. Most of our live games are on Twitch for Monday nights, Tuesday nights. I always forget if the weekend stuff is just Saturday, because I know sometimes there's been Fridays or Sundays, but there's the weekend stuff as well. And then on YouTube here as well. So there's lots of stuff to watch. And in the description of this YouTube video, you'll actually find our Discord link. So if you're interested in coming and joining us over there, we are always looking for things like, always looking for things like suggestions for episode titles as well, because we'll be naming this episode title later. So come join us.
Yeah, come hang out. Be our friend. Talk about fun stuff. We are all lovable nerds who like playing D&D together. So, always happy to make new friends. So, join us. You will find us next time on the 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Dice Cult YouTube page. Otherwise, we will see you then, and hope you have a lovely 2 weeks. And we look forward to next time.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye. See you later. Talk to you soon.